Today on the Loki and Jabroni Show, we're tackling a very sensitive subject. You may hear words that do not necessarily reflect the thoughts and opinions of the Loki and Jabroni Show, but will be used in a descriptive manner only. This is a very touchy subject that still runs rampant today. So sit back, plug in, and person up. Heaven forbid I offend somebody in the open. It's time to talk racism on the Loki and Jabroni Show. That would be you, sir.
And I was watching the intro. I was very impressed with it, actually. Every single time
it is so hard to hire good help around here.
I always listen to it. I never actually watch the show sometimes, so like I always miss the intro. So look, you can actually see me staring at the I'm super excited right now. So how's everybody doing out there today? How are you guys doing?
I'm on vacation. Leave me alone.
Everybody, I am Loki, as always.
I am Jabroni.
This is Vacation Boy Jabroni, and as always, the man in the box,
Eddie Focus.
And welcome.
And I am rocking a 90s not-so-favorite and remembering why I didn't.
You probably will not see Millennial Man appear because that is his kryptonite, we have been told. So I think you might be safe to not have a Millennial Man sighting today.
And suddenly, Will is horny. Hi, Will. How are you? Big Matt's joining us. Great day yesterday, hanging out with Tito Santana at Foxwoods Resort Casino at Tanger Outlets, right in front of K&M All-Star Sports. Another nice, genuine, real, cool, fucking good dude.
Just a good cat. Absolutely. As always, it's mad fun. Connor Promotions once again brings us another WWF. I mean, he's pretty
World
much
Wrestling, football, baseball, superstar.
Well, he was talking yesterday. A lot of the people that he grew up with was, they were doing a lot of the
Terry Funk, Ted DiBiase, Tully Blanchard, Tito Santana all played on the same college football team at West Texas State University.
And that's pretty damn impressive.
That's a Hall of Fame right there.
Exactly. And
Tully Blanchard, Hall of Fame with the Four Horsemen. Terry Funk, Hall of Fame. $1 Million Man, Hall of Fame. Tito Santana, Hall of Fame. All on one fucking college football team.
That's
another thing people don't think about, too. A lot of these guys in the ring are like college graduates.
Yeah.
Like they got the degrees.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Tito, DiBiase, Funk, Tully Blanchard, Bob Backlund's a college graduate, Brock Lesnar, college graduate, John Cena, college graduate, much as I hate him, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
College graduate.
What was it? Jim Neidhart?
Ex-football,
ex-college.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so being able to actually, Tito Santana came over to our booth and sat down with us and answered a couple of our personal questions that we had for him. That was fantastic. As always, this is always fun for us because we get to interview some of our heroes from back in the day and ask some questions that I don't think, maybe he's never thought about in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? Especially being where we were and growing up watching what we did.
Yeah, we played real nice.
It was nice. It was fun.
I missed out.
It was fun.
I'll
tell you what, though.
I gotta say, he looks fit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, 64. He's a monster.
And thank you to K&M. Mike Coons, big shout out. Bigger shout out to his wife,
Christine.
They were just fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
They tag teamed that very well. Worked very well with Connor Promotions. It was a blast. I'm very happy to be part of this.
Sugar beer to you guys.
Fantastic. If you guys didn't get to watch the video, it's still on Facebook. We went live. Check it out. There's a two-part interview with Tito Santana. It's not very long, but it's good enough, and you will love it. I guarantee you that. So what's on you guys' mind this week before we start on this very touchy subject?
I saw Wonder Woman finally.
We can discuss it.
we can finally let go.
Did you feel feminist watching that? Did you feel your ovaries?
I thought it was a great role model for girls. Actually, I thought it was perfect.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, we took our kids, our two girls, to see it.
I mean, it's fantasy. But
it was funny is when we went out and watched it, we saw it with a big group. I think there was like 8 of us or whatever. We had another line behind us, and that scene where like she finally figures out she got duped, and this is all fucking, and she's just ready to give up. And this guy behind is like, man, come on, you didn't see that shit coming a mile away? You're supposed to be Wonder Woman. Like, dude, bitch is made from clay.
Part of being Wonder Woman is not being psychic. Hello, Stacey.
Welcome, Nick. How you guys doing?
She's not psychic.
What I want to know is, are they ever going to bring in the invisible jet?
Oh, nice call. I want that.
And does Wayne Enterprises build it?
Well, I don't see the I don't know which Wonder Woman are they basing this after? Old school or
New 52?
Or 52?
It's New 52.
If it's 52, she's going to fly. There is no jet. She's going to fly.
Fucking gay.
She just kind of jumps really far.
Yeah.
No, she actually flies now.
Really? In the comic?
Yeah, they gave her.
Well, in the movie, she just jumps really far.
Yeah, but no, they gave her the full ability of flight.
I want the invisible jet. We got the lasso of truth. I want the invisible
Which
jet.
I loved, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's burning.
Lasso
I'm telling
was
you the
great.
truth.
Yeah,
Can you take it off? It's burning now. That was hilarious.
It's been confirmed there's not going to be any green tights for Aquaman.
Oh,
Thank God.
Scaly green. Oh,
Thank God.
those Ricky Steamboat dragon tights.
Actually, I one of those clickbait articles was like, shows DC superheroes how they should look. And I saw Aquaman with the tights and everything. And I'm like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, no way.
Because they shaved what's-his-name and gave him the short hair. And I'm like,
you're like, what the hell is that?
yeah, no.
Yeah, not buying it.
I mean, Aquaman's going to be a hard sell anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Which is why I think they're doing what they did as far as bringing out Wonder Woman first and then, turning.
Here's the thing. What is with this thing where, we take the lamest of the. There's a lot of lame comic book characters.
Oh,
we
yeah.
all know that, and we still like them for what they are. What is this habit of? Oh, well, all we gotta do is have him drink a lot of whiskey and he's cool.
Because that is pretty fucking cool, though.
That's not cool.
Honest.
It's just not cool. It's kind of cliche.
Oh, for a superhero, perhaps I'll buy it.
No, it's just cliche in general.
I think it died with Wolverine.
Lemmy made a career out of it, but he's not a superhero.
Nah, but he's
Why?
he's a
Who's
rock star,
drinking? Who's drinking? Fucking
Aquaman. If you look, he's
right.
constantly he's guzzling whiskey every scene.
Yeah, he is.
Like
You're
the
right.
big waves coming, he's drinking whiskey. One that's going to water it down.
Yeah.
And, but if you notice that in like everything, it's like, okay, we need to make this guy legit, have him drink whiskey.
Well, he did actually save that dude's life and then say it's on him and fucking took a shot of whiskey. So that was pretty cool.
I just think it's
like, what did you? Come on, that's something I would do. If you
Right?
rescue someone's life, you fucking throw him in the fucking bar and you're like, let me get a shot.
That's right. I'm buying this guy all his drinks. Oh, yeah, sure.
But see, here's the thing. That's not how you make Aquaman cool. Okay, he guzzles whiskey, but then you have him come up and be like, oh.
No, you're
dressed like a bat. I can dig it.
You know how you make fucking Aquaman cool? You have a motherfucker getting eaten by a shark.
Right?
That's how you fucking make Aquaman
Samuel L.
cool.
Jackson stars in Aquaman.
God, that would be badass.
Fucking shark ate me!
He'll be like, you motherfuckers don't know how to do a comic book.
Right? That would be the shit right there.
Samuel L. Jackson is so badass, Marvel paid him to use his likeness.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the new, what do they call the Avengers one? It's new... Just New Avengers, right?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
used his likeness.
Yeah, they were like, we want to take Nick Fury and make him black. It's like, well, what should he look like? God, he should look like Samuel L. Jackson. It's like,
ding.
Well, let's just ask him to use his likeness. So yeah.
So now he's getting paid 3 different ways.
Right.
3 different ways this Sunday. What do you got, man?
Oh wow, past Tito Santana. That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was fucking awesome.
Fucking awesome.
So those hot dogs.
Oh my God.
Those Chicago dogs were pretty good. If you guys saw us live, we were monging into those fuckers yesterday.
It looked like Loki and Jabroni's lunchtime review. It was It
was funny. It was good times, man. It was definitely good.
I'm writing that down. Idea for a show.
Well, I'm gonna take something that I should punch Ed in the face for later on after the cameras go off. Is that unfortunately the Eternal Flame has got me watching the series on Netflix, Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Wow.
And it's worth it. I don't care what he says.
Oh, I'm not saying it's bad. I told you before.
It's captured. Everything is cheesy about that whole.
It was as 80s as 80s
division.
gets.
I'm trying. I'm still waiting for the Godzilla one.
My favorite character, Angie and I agree, is the sleazy director guy, Sam. Easily the best character on the show. And who's the trainer chick, Cherry. Yeah. She's another good one. I like her too. The whole series is just camp. It's like 1966 Batman. She loves it. I bit my lip through a lot of it, but it was entertaining. And I know you're not through with it yet. It was entertaining. I can't say I disliked it, but I'm not going to sit here and say it was fucking great. No, I'm not going to do that.
I think it was perfect, dude. It's not like they were going to take Glow and make like some Oscar-winning, like Gone with the Wind-esque film out of it.
And nobody expected that.
Just even coming up with the idea alone, though.
The best part of it is that there's a documentary that I started before I watched the series. Now, if I go back, and I think I'm going to sometime during this week, and watch the documentary end to end, it's probably going to make. There's going to be a lot of parallels. You can say, when they did that, and then they did that, and that was cool. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of parallels.
I'm hoping the show kind of encourages them to bring it back because I guess they still do tours and stuff. Like
really,
there's still wrestlers that do it. Nothing televised, but like it's almost like hiring strippers or something. They'll go to town and town's like, hey, we'll wrestle for you. You know. I hope they bring back Glow. I love Glow. Like I discovered that as a prepubescent teen.
Wow.
And it was like late after Saturday Night Live it would come on. And I'm like, I don't know why, but my dinky tingles. It was great.
Well, thanks for that.
That was Thundercats for me. Fucking Chitara.
Chitara was badass. Ange says she can't wait for season 2. Hello, beautiful. What's with the stupid shirt? I'm on vacation. I don't need to dress to impress anybody. You're lucky I'm not in my drawers right now. I'm on vacation.
He actually is, folks.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't let him fool you.
Below the table is for
don't let him fool
paying customers only.
Oh my God!
What's with the stupid shirt? You fucking killing me.
He's doing the Sean Connery method acting right now. No knickers. No knickers.
No knickers. No knickers. So
because he mailed them to the Marx Brothers.
Suck it long and suck it hard. Trebek.
Suck it, Trebek, you fucking faggot.
Only when I snugged your mom.
Your mother for 500, Trebek.
Actually, sorry, not to hijack it again. If you guys have Hulu, there is a great documentary about the other Bond that nobody ever talks about.
George Lazenby?
Yes, a whole documentary on him.
That whole 2 movies he did?
Mm-hmm. 1 movie. On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Which I thought there was another one, but they never went through with it.
No.
Wasn't he supposed to be signed for another one?
No. Because Sean Connery decided to come back.
No, he went on to do Never Too Young to Die. So
he was supposed to do that one. That Sean Connery. That's
and
right.
on Her Majesty's Secret Service is actually considered one of the best ones in the series. And he just one shot now. And he was Australian. He was the only Australian to play James Bond.
Well, that's why he was one shot.
He went on to do
now.
movies with John Stamos. So you can see where his career went after that.
Hey, come on, man.
John fucking Stamos. His whole career was built on working with 3 little kids.
Hold on. Isn't John doing like Blue Apron commercials now?
I don't know.
I swear I just saw him the other day on TV or something like that.
Well, he's moved on from Chobani then.
Right?
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was Chobani.
Jericho's
that's yogurt,
Blue
right?
Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt. There you
go. The
go.
man is Greek.
Yeah. Is he really Greek?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I thought he was fucking Sicilian for some reason.
That's racist. Trigger warning.
It is. What's up, Tom? Thank you for joining us. All right. So, anyways,
and he starts it off with a laugh. You know it's going somewhere,
dude. Absolutely. So, I don't know if you guys have seen the meme running around with Muhammad Ali standing over Harambe.
No. What the actual fuck?
I wish you'd give me a heads up. I got to show the audience,
dude. It is. It's pretty funny. Number one, it's pretty funny. Number two, is there nothing that we won't do as people anymore? Like, seriously. It's the one where he's sitting there like,
when he's over Sonny Liston.
Yeah, and he's got his fist up, and it's the one where they took the final shot with Harambe, so he's literally laying there dead like face, but literally perfect, dude. Perfect. And it was just like, it was one of those ones, about the internet being fake and shit like that. And it was like, who was there for the Muhammad Ali Harambe badge?
Brian Williams was.
Well, in Ali's defense, he did fight in the Rumble in the Jungle.
That's true.
That is very true. That is very true.
George Foreman.
Gorilla George Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
He did call him a gorilla.
They call him the gorilla, didn't he? Or Ali
and that goes back to something we'll get into later, because
we
spoke to Tito about
Muhammad
the same
called
thing.
a lot of people some things.
Oh, yeah.
He was a very colorful fighter. Very colorful
With very
fighter.
colorful language at times.
Yes, very colorful language. That's exactly what he had. No, but it just got me to thinking, man, because there's seriously nothing that we won't turn into a meme now. There's
Crystal
nothing.
Bob, what's up?
There won't be nothing that we won't turn into anything.
Oh yeah,
just to get your attention, sort of say. And I thought it was I just thought it was funny, number one, because it's Muhammad Ali, and number two, it's Harambe, our boy. So I thought that was just...
And coming from the meme king himself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... maybe I'm upset I didn't think of it.
Right.
Maybe deep down inside, I'm coming to terms with that.
Is this a microaggression?
It could be.
It could be.
Maybe I'm coming to terms that I didn't think of this myself, and I'm actually upset with myself.
Is this what, incognitive bias?
It could be.
So Hillary was right.
He's using those school words again.
Man, you using them.
What up, Janelle?
Tough ones, man. Them tough words.
Fucking school words.
I'm sorry, man. I forgot public education and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Because you went to them city schools. I went to one of them there state schools.
One of them there. You get them one of them educations?
You went to a state school because you got arrested. Don't lie to people. You went to the state school. It was jail. That's basically it.
I got arrested.
Jail.
I got arrested because I went to a state school. What are you talking about? Anyway.
And then I got fucking bit between the fucking knuckles here. What the actual fuck, man?
When did you get bit between the fucking knuckles?
And how does that happen?
Something just came in there. Was like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm going to bite you right between the fucking knuckles.
Fuck
So that way you're going to
shit.
have to fucking scratch this shit all fucking show. Mm-hmm. Asshole.
People,
Dude, she lives with you. What do you expect?
Thank
people
you.
create all sorts of fake
Thank
things
you.
to get attention these days. Ange, thank you for that. Welcome, Ted. Good to see you.
Adbomb. Hey, go. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for
Is
the hearts.
Ange
Love you
trying to
guys.
say there's fake news?
There is?
I think she is. I think that's what she's saying.
I could call in an expert, but maybe later.
Well, let's wait till later. We'll call an
I
expert.
think we'll do it. All right, so I think with everything rolling out, I think let's go into the meat and potatoes. I think we've got enough people in here where we can start throwing it out there.
Absolutely.
It's funny, when we first brought up this conversation a little earlier, today, I brought up a point where I thought I called it New Age racism. Mm-hmm. And Ed quickly interjected and he said, I want to call it out and say that the racism is more than New Age racism, it's fake. A lot of it is played.
It's fake outrage.
It's a lot of it
is fake outrage. A lot of it is politics now.
Well, absolutely. A lot of it, and it depends, and really, it's geography too. Where it is and what's happening is a big thing of what's going on.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna see a lot of public outcry and outrage here in the mean streets of Oakdale, Connecticut.
No.
But if this were Atlanta, Georgia, Baltimore, Maryland, Chicago, Illinois,
But I'll tell you what, you do see it. Maybe not what you're expecting, but there is a big Chinese population being as close to they are to Mohegan Sun, and I'll tell you what I've heard a few nasty things getting thrown at them, when I was out, shopping at ShopRite or Price Right there in Norwich. But at the same time, they're pretty fucking rude too. Like
Some of them can be.
I'm
I'm
not trying. Yeah, exactly. When you're like in a shopping and they are like one eyeballing it just straight past you, like and like you watch them and you're like, dude, if I don't slow down, they're gonna fucking literally drive into me.
I
like,
worked
with
at
their
Mohegan
fucking
Sun
cart.
for 10 years, and they tell you from the word go, here's how we want you to walk down the halls. They're not teaching you how to walk. Stay to the right. Stay close to the wall. Be aware that there are doors. People are going to come out, whatever. Just act like it's a city street. And you watch, and again, you watch some people, and I'll call them the non-English speaking, because it wasn't just the Chinese folk. It was a lot of others that came through, and they would walk 5 wide down the hallway, shoulder to shoulder, like the opening of Law and Order.
Yeah.
And you're the one that has to put themselves against the wall. Here come the Chinese folks.
Yeah.
And you push
They're
yourself
gonna
up against
sue
the
your
wall.
ass
Funny
now.
story. I think I told this way back when on this show. I was in the lunch line getting my stuff, and there's an Asian woman who's working the sandwich, making the sandwich area. And I'm like, can I have a turkey sandwich on a hard roll? She starts cutting it open, and she's pointing. I said, oh, mustard, please. She dips the thing in the mayo. I don't eat mayo. No, the mustard. Oh, yes. No, the mustard. So it takes like 10 minutes to get a fucking sandwich.
Yellow.
Truth be told, it took 10 minutes to get the sandwich. She played dumb throughout the entire thing. I went, took my seat, watching Jeopardy, doing my thing. This woman sits 2 seats from me at the lunch table, or at the long bench of seats, and goes, oh boy, am I glad to sit down. My feet are killing me. Ding. I'm like, you speak fucking English? You didn't speak English when you were doling out the mayo, did you? Come with me. We're going to see your boss. This woman played the stupid role. This woman played the stupid role and thought she could get away with it. Problem, you played stupid with me.
Yeah.
Oh, God, fuck, we're going to trigger so many people. Look, I always say you come to if you're going to a country, if we move to France, we have to assimilate ourselves to the French way of life.
Right,
we
absolutely.
still live our lives, but you have to understand, they drive on this side of the road or they eat bread 4 times
Welcome
a day.
to Twatter. Thank you for joining.
Eric Gaskey's in the house, former guest.
What's up, Eric?
Thank you. You do the things their way of the country that you're about to live in. The country doesn't have to change for you. Please take that off. Thank you. Fucking Zima. So,
Tastes like freedom.
I always say, if I ever move to Lebanon.
Looks like a coliseum.
Yeah, it does. Or the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Kind of.
Good call. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I like that.
You assimilate to the country you're moving to. If I move to Canada, not much change, except they say A after every sentence and they think Rick Moranis is cool.
Oh, no. And you're not allowed to talk like this.
We're not allowed to talk like this in Canada?
Like that story you told about the sandwich.
Really?
You could go get arrested for that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Trudeau, the new president there, is start signing a lot of hate speech laws, and you're not allowed to criticize religions. You're not allowed to criticize races or anything like that.
okay.
I mean, largely people shouldn't criticize
Welcome, Sarah.
races,
Thank
but
you for the hearts.
I'm super thankful that I live in a country like America where we have individual liberty and I can say things as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else's standing. Like I certainly wouldn't stand out in front of the White House, although I should, with a sign saying things about Donald Trump that may or may not be true that could hurt his reputation. Then it's a libel thing.
Let's break
not
down.
telling a-
Let's
I'm not
break
telling a
down.
fake
Donald.
story.
you can wave a sign that says he has tiny hands.
I'm not telling a fake story here. This really happened. And if anybody who's driven past Mohegan Sun on Route 32, not far from Tokyo Sushi, and there's that 3-way, they walk across the street 8 wide. Do they have the light? No. Well, but pedestrians have the right of way. Fuck you. They're going 50
They're like
miles
a school
an
of
hour
fish,
down.
dude. You're only going to take 2 of them out.
Look, there's been so many people not only in my 10 years
watch
working
videos
there.
of those crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They literally get hit on purpose in China because there's so many of them. They want to get fucking sued. They will literally walk into your fucking car as it's driving and then try to fucking sue your ass.
Because their family will get all the money in the event that they die.
Right, exactly.
Look,
If $500
What's up,
goes
Cam?
far up there.
Thank you for joining us.
wow. Just wow. $500 goes far. Now, what are you going to tell me?
That's the truth.
What are you going to tell me next? That 17 of them live in an apartment and they only claim 3 of
okay.
them?
No,
So-
that's the truth. Like for what you do for work, you might make $2 an hour there.
No, absolutely.
So like 500. No, it's
I
true.
doubt that. Being awesome
No.
at least gets you 12.
No,
At least. I'll buy 12.
no, not in China.
Are you
Because
fucking-
there's
I ain't going
so
there.
many to replace you.
Go on there.
There's only 35 billion people who live in China.
I ain't doing
Jesus
it. I
Christ.
ain't doing it. So, anyways,
Hello, Amy. How are you?
let's break down racism as it's actually affected us.
Okay.
How about that? That way we can bring it to the people and they can go on there, and then we can bring it to a worldwide scale. All right. So as you said, you don't see racism a whole lot in Oakdale, Connecticut. You don't see it a whole lot in, say, Montville or Basra. Now go into Norwich, go into New London, and go into Groton, and you might see just a little bit more than you might see in these smaller towns.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll start it off. I think one of the biggest things that I've ever been involved in, and that was in Groton. We were just getting out of a bar, and we were pretty much, there was like 4 of us, and there was about 4 of them. I'll take one, thank you.
Yes, you will.
There was 4 of them. There was 2 Puerto Ricans and 2 black males, and there was 4 of us, and we're all white males. Well, one of my guys was pretty intoxicated and was flapping his gums. He managed to upset both the Puerto Ricans and the black people with 2 words. Obviously, you know which ones they were used.
Hello, Kelly. Congratulations on your new baby. Hello, Drew.
We proceeded to have a pretty much big old brawl right out in front of Sully's right there.
Fucking
And-
Sully's. Why do all these stories from Groton start and end at Sully's?
Because Sully's is like, let me tell you about what Sully's is. Sully's is like
Christ.
the cross between Groton, Mystic, and Groton Center, and there's Sully's right there at all these places. So you have this point where all these different people just come in. There's pool tables there, and their drinks are pretty cheap. So unfortunately, that's usually a disaster for an end of the night bar fight, every fucking time. And unfortunately, it happened with us again. We made the point. Obviously, we should have walked away. It started a fight because of our stupid ass buddy. Well, we won. I guess you would say we won. We didn't really win because it was a stupid fucking fight. But as we're walking away, our compatriot proceeds to call them names again.
Oh, God.
We left him there.
Good.
I've never talked to the guy again since then, but we left him there. I don't know if he got his ass kicked or what, but I left him there. And I'll tell you what, at no point was I...
If you're going to defend a guy, not to cut you off, but if you're going to defend a guy, and then he continues to be an asswipe...
Well, we didn't.
Whip his
there
ass
was no
yourself.
defending. There was no defending. As soon as we went out and he said the words, it was on. Like they
Right.
just.
What I mean, though, it sounds like that was his issue to deal with.
No, fuck yeah.
But you step in and you defend a guy, and then he continues to do that. It's like, buddy,
But ignorance.
Don't mistake my kindness for weakness.
Ignorance breeds into racism, and that's exactly what this fucking guy was fucking ignorant, and absolutely fucking ignorant in every fucking sense of the word.
There's two that I can think of. One is in grade school. I know I've said on this program about cops. I'm gonna amend that statement. I'm gonna change one of the words. Not every cop is a racist.
What's up, RC? My favorite Transformer, by the way.
Welcome, Michael Coons. We just talked about you earlier. You should have been here earlier. We'll talk about you later. Not every cop is a racist, but it seems every racist is a cop. Mm-hmm. To hear, again, growing up in a police culture, and they were everywhere, my dad, his friends, et cetera, so forth. You get a room of cops together, and they talk job, and they do this, and to hear the N-word, when they hear the S-word, they hear all sorts of you hear all sorts of crazy racism BS, and you're inundated by it, and your friends hear it, and I definitely I've always tried to keep myself away from racism because I had a lot of great friends, a lot of great colors, a lot of great creeds, a lot of great religions.
And that's not to cut you off, but that was my point. When we grew up, that's why I almost kind of, when I started talking about this racism, I was saying new age racism. Because when we did grow up, we really did have every blend of friend. I mean, I remember walking down the street with my crew, and we were like the mixture of fucking life.
I was
the
told,
pot of strife. Remember going down to the football field?
I was told in no
every
uncertain
nationality.
I never even thought of it.
I was told in no uncertain terms, it's okay to be friends with that person at school, but you have a birthday party or some gimmick, so-and-so's not coming. Well, why not? You know why. Because they're a human being.
Because you're ignorant?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to leave it at that. Your friends hear it, and then your friends think it's funny, and they go out and they say those things, and we were at school. I was in about the 4th grade, and a great young lady who I'm still friends with to this day, her name is Allison Devano, a wonderful human being. One of my friends was teasing her on the playground, and she's fighting back. Allison don't take shit from nobody. She's a great girl, and she's tougher than a box of nails, man. She was awesome. And my friend at the time pulled the one card you just don't pull. Well, I'm just not going to play with you anymore, you effing N-word. And then proceeded to take off. The kid, not Allison. Allison stood her ground. Little tear, she shouldn't have to deal with this. But he walked right off the school grounds, and cops had to come and get him, and he ended up going to a state school. No offense to you. This is a different kind of state school, the kind where shitty kids go.
He had to wear a uniform, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had to wear a uniform, too.
That's why I said you had to wear it.
I don't think your uniform included
stripes.
It wasn't a jumpsuit.
And I also don't think your shoes didn't have laces in them. You probably got to tie your own shoes every day.
Yes, actually, they had to be leather shoes.
Okay, well, there you go. So that was the first one.
I was going to say we also let's be honest. We've told the jokes. We've heard the jokes. We've had uncles. We've had aunts that have done the jokes. The dirty grandpas that have told the jokes. We're not without knowing any derogatory term for any race.
Oh, yeah.
It's been spread around, it's been used, but I also like to think, like I said, growing up, it was lighter. It wasn't so taboo as it is now.
Because you could hear George Jefferson say it on television, and okay, let's go to the reverse bit. He's saying something about the N-word to his friend.
He turns around and calls his buddy a honky, too.
Yeah, he calls Tom, what's his nuts from upstairs, a honky.
Cracky. He calls him a cracker, calls him a honky.
Archie Bunker was the biggest racist piece of shit on television, and guess what? The man drew ratings. Could Archie Bunker do that in 2017? No, to be canceled after about 4 seconds.
Oh, he could.
You had the.
He would get ratings.
You
but,
also
yeah,
had the
you're
Minority of Minorities guest star on that show because he loved it so much.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes.
The Jewish black man went on Archie Bunker.
Right, and in real life, Carol O'Connor, he said it in interviews and later in his life before he passed away, he's like, that wasn't me, but you know what? You get a job, you do the job right, you get paid. He didn't feel that way at all, but Archie Bunker, the character, was...
It was a send-up. He was mocking people
Right.
like Archie Bunker.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
It wasn't like... It wasn't,
And that
it wasn't,
scene-
it wasn't you watch Archie Bunker and you're like, God, what a dipshit. And later down the line, as you watch Archie Bunker
All right,
evolves...
it gets funny.
Well, no, Archie Bunker as a person, as a character, evolves.
On the
With
very
when the little kid was
right,
entered
and then
into the thing.
towards the end, like it's like he's at the everyman.
Right.
Exactly.
Do you remember that
So-
scene? Great bringing up Sammy Davis Jr., by the way, where at the end of the episode, they get the picture opportunity, and Sammy Davis reaches over and
Get
gives
a
him a little
big
kiss
old
on it,
kiss, yep.
and his eyes just, oh! And that really described racism in the late 70s, early 80s, and I can't speak to the 60s or the 50s where they're hosing people in separate buses and all that bullshit.
What's up, Raph and Jem?
We certainly can only talk about what we know about.
Was obviously Archie Bunker wasn't a card-carrying member of the Klan or anything, but he was that armchair, not in my backyard kind of guy.
But think of the words he used on his show. Darky, Polak, Spick, just every safe. And I'm saying those words, they're not safe words, but they were safe in the late 70s, early 80s.
We knew him before anybody else just from freaking watching Eddie Murphy, for crying out loud.
Well, Bunker predates Murphy.
Well, I'm just
but
saying
I
for
get it,
us,
yeah.
for us.
Before that was
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, but that was
Red
for
Fox.
them. Before
Red
us,
Fox.
before, like, we started watching,
Right.
like, it was for us, let's be honest. It was fucking, it was.
But did you
it
ever
was Eddie
ride in a
Murphy.
car with your uncle or your parents or something and maybe you have to swerve out of the way? Somebody tried to cross the street back in the day when you could play in the road. Kids were playing in the road and the one slow kid is late to get off the road and an effing spick, Chinese chink, N-word, kike, whatever. Fuck.
They're all bad.
Looking back, I just can't. And look, I've avoided that N-word like the plague, but I'm going to bring up a point later that pisses me off, and somebody's going to answer for it. But the second one was in the Army, and what didn't happen in our platoon, mine and Bozeman's, happened in the platoon next to us, where somebody got a blanket party. And if you've never been in the military, look up blanket
You
party.
haven't seen Full Metal Jacket.
You don't want
Right.
a blanket party.
Because somewhere...
Which are illegal now. You can't do them.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you can't do any of that stuff. What's up, Gamma? Thank you for
That's
joining us.
immediate. They'll
doing,
discharge
John?
you dishonorably.
Really? Only
yeah.
if you get caught.
No questions
Well, because
asked.
somebody's going to raise this thing like, oh my God, he blank. This guy took it like a champ.
Here's the thing. I actually have a problem with blanket parties and stuff like that because if you ask me, a soldier hits another soldier is committing treason, in my opinion.
Natural selection, too. Fuck it. In one of we were first platoon, so I think directly across the hall was third platoon. Somebody made the mistake of calling one of he was a smaller guy, but he was, I don't like the term African American. Not every black person is an African American. You could be Jamaican American. Mm-hmm. Let's get over that. But he was a black guy.
You're making me crazy
Really
right now.
good guy. But this one South Arkansas guy, he was from South Arkansas, made the mistake out on the field saying, pick up the pace, you effing N-word. Well, 60 guys got together and taught him that the N-word is not something you use to your battle buddy and beat the ever-loving piss out of him.
There's only one color here, green.
That's right, OD Green, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. What's going
There's
on?
only
Emma?
one
How you
color,
doing?
green, and you bleed red, white, and blue.
That's right.
Oz22, thank you for joining us. Thanks for the
America.
hearts. How you
But
doing?
yeah, those are the two in my life that stick out as far as my own personal dealings with racism. I hate everybody equally, and you guys know this. But
Well, I was going to say,
once you get to know me, I kind of dig you.
My uncle used to say that shit all the time, and you know what? I modified that saying.
Go ahead.
See, I used to hear that shit all the time. I'm not racist because I hate everybody equally. Nope. I hate everybody individually.
Right.
That is how you
God,
gotta
he's
break
learning.
it down.
You're making me so fucking proud right now.
You can't do it by a single.
I'll take it. So it's not so much about hatred. I just genuinely, when I meet somebody, the guard is up, the wall is up. I don't like anybody when I first meet them. But as I learn who you are, as a person, I don't give a fuck if you're red, purple, green, black, whatever. When I get to know you as a person, then I'm like, all right, he's cool, she's cool, that guy's a dick.
You mean
fuck that
You mean content of their character,
Yes.
not the color of their skin?
Absolutely.
By God.
I just watched a documentary about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. the other night, and I sat there smiling the entire time until he gets shot. Then I'm like, oh, that fucking sucks. He could have done great things for the world. And he did do great things for the world. But it's that old saying, even in sports or music or whatever, how much more could he have done had he lived?
Here's the thing. I don't think he could ever foresee the lucrative careers that could be had in race hustling. Yeah, I said the word race hustling.
Well, explain
the Al Sharptons. You know, the freaking,
Jesse Jackson was in the hotel room.
Yes.
There's pictures of it minutes before he gets shot. Jesse Jackson's there.
Yeah.
And what did Jesse Jackson? What's Jesse Jackson best remembered for? Inciting race bullshit and running for president unsuccessfully 3 times.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and it gets, I don't know, it just, only an idiot or a completely naive idiot would say racism doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. They're out there. But here's the thing. You got to show me the racist. You got to show me the policy, and you got to show me the crooked cop, and we'll all go after him. But chasing this phantom of this widespread racism. They don't even use the term racism anymore, if you notice. It's been white supremacy.
Yeah.
And
here's
because it's like it's well, you might not be racist, but you might be a white supremacist. What the fuck does that mean?
It's hand in hand. It's same.
That's what I thought. It's like, well, you support the system in its current form.
Great point, Drew. I want to bring this up real quick. If nobody has seen the Instagram screenshot thing that's gone on in the past week, a young lady was at an Atlanta Braves game, and if anybody's a baseball fan, you know that when the star pitcher strikes somebody out, they hang the K on the wall. K is the official scoring of the strikeout. I don't even want to talk about that. I do, because Drew brought it up, and I think it needs to be said because Angela showed me this, and I just went, oh, fucking God. Is this what the world's coming to?
Where did that outrage come from, though? What was the source?
A white girl.
Right.
And they're hanging the Ks, and they got 3 Ks.
It's that faux outrage.
Yep, exactly.
And I looked into it.
Atlanta Braves should be ashamed of themselves.
I looked into it, too. The reason it's a K is because K is the prominent letter in strike.
Okay, I'll buy that.
That's why they use K, and X is used
I always
already.
thought S and SO.
S and
SO were already used, yeah.
S is something else, so you got to move to the next letter.
Sacrifice and shutout.
Right, and you got to move to the next letter, which would be, the prominent one would be K.
K. But it's been done. The first time I can remember it is Boston Red Sox. Roger Clemens striking out 20 guys in a game. I think it was his second or third year. Mike's going to help me out on this. He was but a young buck at the time. Second year, 1986, April 20. See if guys, somebody Google machine that.
Sale just did a 20. What was it? 20.
If he broke the record, I haven't heard about it.
I don't think he broke it. I think
because 20 is the record.
Oh, then yeah, no.
And Clemens did it twice, by the way. But they're hanging the Ks, and that's really where I remember it starting. And then more pitchers came along that were just as awesome, but not more awesome than Roger Clemens. He's still one of my favorites. And they're hanging the Ks. It's a rite of passage for any baseball fan. So for this girl to take this picture and go, I'm really ashamed of Atlanta Braves fans for promoting racism. First of all, bitch, learn the scoring system. Second, maybe if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a hermaphrodite friend or a father, a mother, somebody who knows baseball to teach you before you send this fucking thing out on social media, Atlanta Braves fans are not racist.
Well, hey, we're on a ban spree. Let's ban the letter K.
Their former pitcher was a racist, John Rocker. Somebody look that story up.
Well, it sounds like it's just another one of those I'm going to bitch because I want to bitch things.
No, it's that, and this drives me nuts. It's
what
that
did you
white,
call it?
It's
fake outrage?
It's faux outrage. It's that white guilt, white privilege argument.
I love
that. Oh, you mean when I get shit for wearing my Eazy t-shirt by some people? Fuck you wearing that shirt for? A, because I'm a big Eazy fan.
Fucking music is great.
B, it's comfortable. And C, regardless of what he did in his personal life, still love the guy. I'm going to wear this shit every day.
What drives me nuts is the people who would look at that shirt and be like, it's cultural appropriation. And
April 29, 1986.
It's like, it's not appropriation. I'm supporting an artist that I like.
Right.
Hopefully his family is getting some of the money.
There was a guy, there's a guy I used to work with. His name is Damien and wore the coolest fucking metal shirts all the time. Happened to be a black guy. And I would be like, dude, you know how fucking cool that is? What? Your fucking Cannibal Corpse shirt or your Metallica shirt or your this shirt or that shirt, I fucking love that. He goes, I catch so much shit for this. Because people are like, why are you wearing that white boy cracker shit? Again, and that goes into something we talked about months ago.
Fucking come down to this fucking sushi, man. Look at all the black people singing the rock and roll tunes. You know, it's music.
Singing the country tunes.
And then you got a guy.
I hate this divisive bullshit.
And then you got a guy like me singing the Gap Band and Donna's fucking Summer. It's all in good fun, man. Music is fun and baseball is fun. Stop making it racist. Hello, Matt Pistol. Great to see you here. At the end of the day, fuck.
That's
just
what I'm
learn your
about.
history.
It's this fucking. It's this divisive race hustling that's been happening. It's been happening since the days of slavery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
because they used to have indentured servants. Some of them were white. They had slaves, and some of them were white. And to put the races against each other, they would literally elevate the indentured servants just a tad bit higher, so that they would be in constant odds with the people of color who were slaves.
Right.
Slavery was bad no matter what, you know.
To take anybody's individual personal
it's a-
liberty away from
game.
I got a quick interaction here.
Go ahead.
What do we find offensive?
What do I find offensive?
What word do we find offensive?
Me? Cunt.
Well, up until Diekman came on the show, I found that word offensive, but I don't anymore. It's kind of like in our lexicon now. It's like Loki.
But that's not really. But that's not really a racist term.
No.
What offends me?
Yeah.
Maybe this is a little broad, but I'm offended by anybody who tries to say American values, virtue, whatever, liberty is not for people of color. There are people like that. That douchebag that they keep giving press to, Richard Spencer, because there's this fucking thing with the news now. Let's play 8 Degrees to Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. So every fucking cunt bag in the goddamn Walmart.
I'm offended by this word, but I'm going to use it freely.
I'm serious. Like, little cunt bag at Walmart screaming at black people saying, get out of my country, this, that, and the other thing. And everybody's like catching it with their smartphones because they want to normalize the behavior when this ignorant bitch is a fringe.
My thing.
I don't go to Walmart saying, get out of my country, get out of my country, get out of my country. I'm pretty sure you don't, and I'm pretty sure you don't.
Yeah. No, that's just ignorant. Like we said, which
but they
breeds
normalize
hate,
these
which
people,
breeds racism.
Right. They normalize these people like, oh, God, this is America at large.
What's up, Dave? Nice to have you in.
And it's not.
My thing that I think gets me, now I think they're looking for a specific term or a specific word in general, but that was a very, very well thought out plan, right? I liked where you're going with that one. I guess the proper word would be honky or cracker for us, but you know what really bugs me lately?
Is
white privileged.
Oh, that, yeah.
I hate that term. Yeah. I hate that.
But they'll say it's because of your privilege that you're saying that.
Well, yeah, of course, because I had privilege growing up. My mom had to fucking
come
work.
Look at our fucking bank accounts. You want to talk about white privilege? We're as privileged as anybody.
Come talk about where we fucking grew up. How about that? You want to talk about white privilege? Freaking mom lived almost freaking paycheck to paycheck every freaking week. You know what I'm saying? Like
busting her ass.
Yeah, it wasn't privilege.
I assure you, Mr. Policeman harassed us just as much. Why are you here? Where are you going? Where you been? Get the fuck off that newspaper box.
Right, exactly.
That happened to me.
That's private property, by the way.
Just that
be on the
mailbox,
newspaper
too. Just that mailbox.
Now that I know that,
what about you?
Kind of agree.
I don't know that there are words that offends me, and I don't know that there are phrases that piss me off. And one of them is
context. Context piss me off.
Okay,
well context.
If
words,
we're going to go to context, when you hear a group of young men or young ladies, and I know we do it jokingly, and we all have a good laugh with our ladies next to us, but when you hear young men refer to women as bitches, all of them, doesn't matter who.
I know. Hoes hate it when you call them bitches.
I know. Bitches be tripping. Sometimes I push them, but they be tripping.
Especially tricks.
Right. Trick hoes?
Tricks
Fuck
hate that shit,
it's
man.
hard out there for a pimp. But just
and
to hear...
undercooked thwats.
Thoughts?
Tater thoughts. Here it comes.
The word spastic is a word that offends many people.
Angela says when she was in Haiti, the Haitians refer to us, meaning her contingent that go down there to help with medical, as Blanc. LOL. All you hear is everyone saying,
yeah, Blanc is white.
Blanc, hey Blanc. We don't get offended, and I get that. But heaven forbid if you were to say whatever the term is for racism in Haiti, if there is one, or if the Haitians moved here and you said one of the several epithets for a black person, you would get crucified. And it's bullshit. To me, I say it's all words, and now I'm going to bring it up. We talked about reverse racism about a year and a half ago with it started with Baltimore, and then it went on to the young college lady who put out the word, I'm looking for a roommate, but you have to be a person of color. No white people, no Chinese people, no this, no that. Reverse racism. Yes, you get to choose who you live with, but look, now you're excluding people. But if that happened to you, it's going to be a big fucking problem. That's a big fucking problem everywhere. What's good for you is not good for me. I will do this to you, but if you do this to me, it's the end of the fucking world. The reverse racism card.
I think it's funny.
See, I hate that term reverse racism. There's racism.
No, there is exactly. There is no reverse nothing. This isn't Uno. You can't play a fucking reverse card and fucking flip it and skip turn.
No. I truly believe that, and I get where all of you are going. But heaven forbid this happened to this young lady. It's the NAACP. It's racism. You're a bigot. You're a fucking hater. Yada yada yada. White privilege. Yada yada yada. But when the tables are turned, what's good for the goose really isn't good for the gander. Oh, now you're excluding me? Fuck you. You're a hater. You're a racist. You're this, you're that. Well, you just excluded everybody else.
But the argument is racism is bigotry plus institutional power. That's the argument. And I'll call bullshit on that.
Does it make one right or one?
I'll call bullshit on that because if you go by just the argument of institutional power, you have laws that pretty much the penalty is stiffer for hate crimes. There's a lot more, and I'm not necessarily saying we should get rid of all of them. There's a lot of subsidized benefits for people of color, this, that, and the other thing. The institution is kind of slanted to help these people. So, yes, there's institutional power in their favor. There's opportunity if they want it.
Yes.
If they want to grab it. And I'm not trying to take the opportunity away from them.
Right.
No.
But the thing is, the argument that I've benefited somehow from some kind of system that was formed 200 years ago, and that somehow I'm part of the problem, which seems to be what's going on, is racist in my opinion. Like
yes.
MTV's been bad with that. MTV put out a video that said, hey, white people, stop this. And it was a bunch of bullshit. I reported the video as racist to Twitter. So did like thousands of other people, and Twitter had to take it down.
I don't understand, and this goes back to that young lady. And somebody out there, please pipe in. I think we all agree that some of these words, some of these racial slurs should never be uttered, ever. So I'm really gonna temper this, and I've asked the question before personally to people. I've asked it online, and I'm gonna ask it here live on the Loki and Jabroni show. If the N-word is such a harsh word, why are we using it to say hello to our friends?
I just want you guys to know I just friend zoned my girlfriend.
You friend zoned your girlfriend. Wow, how'd that happen?
That's my sprinkle.
Okay. Can I rub my nipples?
I didn't know you could do that.
I just did it.
I'm gonna need a beer.
I just did it.
Damn.
That's bullshit.
Bam.
So why is that okay? I mean, I'm sure you've all heard it, and even and I know you're a big fan of rap music. It seems like certain songs, every other word is the N-word.
Yes.
And I understand, you have to understand, that's the street. That's where they come from. That's this, that's that. But if you grew up in a racist home, that's where you come from.
The idea was, by using it, they take its power away. That was the idea behind it.
Clearly not, because if a cop pulls somebody over, and it could be the nicest, sweetest, law-abiding guy. Look, I know most of our foreign population, and not even foreign population, our non-white population, let's call it that, is harassed. A lot of our non-white population is, they're looked at by a lot of people as less than. And they shouldn't.
That's what I said. Like, it's ignorant to say racism doesn't exist. I don't think it's institutional.
Here's a quick comment.
I think that's the part that's bullshit.
I think it's pushed.
Look at college
I think it's very much pushed, especially nowadays.
Every single race except Caucasian can get special allowances. That's infuriating. And
actually, I'll counter that. That's not true.
Okay.
Do you know what? There's a demographic of the population that gets no benefits. And that I could honestly say is probably held back more than anything, and that's the Asian population.
Okay.
And there's data to back that up.
Okay.
Going into my next step.
I'm
Michigan,
still looking for an answer for my question.
In Michigan, they actually, I believe it's Michigan, they actually got rid of affirmative action. Like, it's gone. They're like, we're getting rid of affirmative action. Everything will be based solely on test scores. They did that, and everything with math and science and everything got dominated by the Japanese, Korean, Asian, just the Asian people in general, dominated those sciences, just based totally on test scores. So I will make an argument that the system is actually holding back that population in favor of another. It wasn't white people that dominated those scores.
Okay.
Fair. I'm still looking for an answer to my question. And I know you answered it to a pretty, I don't know how you'd put it, safe answer, taking the power back. But if you're doing that to take the power back, then why is someone so offended when someone uses it in an angry tone? If you've taken the power back.
K-Beauty says color matters.
Color does matter. I mean, this pink on the wall has pissed me off since day one, but this color matters. We should leave it. Or just decorate it with Tito Santana, Blair Tugman, Bob Backlund, etc.
Does color define a person?
No, absolutely not. We just got through talking about that when you had to walk
Define
away.
you? No, it's part of who you are.
It is
It does
part
not
of
define you, no.
Right.
No.
Actions define you.
Right.
Period.
We talked about it. Dr. King said it's not the color of your skin, it's the content of your character. That defines you. What you do, how you treat people, the way you carry yourself, that defines you. How you take care of your children, that defines you.
2 yeses and 2 nos here on Twitter right now. Color does define.
For those that said no, now I'm going to call you guys out. For those who said no, I want an explanation. No, yes.
No.
Those
the
who
ones
said
who said yes, that color does
color
define
defines you. I want to know an answer, and I want it now. Coke is racist. There's 10 Hispanic names on Coke bottles for every Caucasian
your
name.
decisions,
now
your
you're
character,
killing me right now.
Your decisions, your character, your priorities.
Actually, that's funny. That, you know what? He's got a point, though. That's part of Coca-Cola being so afraid to offend or be on the receiving end of this faux outrage that they will do that.
Well, especially with the way that companies work nowadays, you have to be so careful,
Right.
with what you do and how you say it, because what might be good for one person,
Look what they did.
when
Carrie Fisher died. Look what the SJWs did to Steve Martin when he said, when I first met Carrie Fisher, I thought she was the most beautiful creature I ever seen. She fucking was.
Yeah, exactly.
She still is. I love Carrie Fisher.
She was good looking all the way to the end.
I'm just saying, but look at the way they jumped on him over something so minor.
No, exactly. Or let's be honest. The fourth Ghostbuster there.
Yes.
When they went off on her, that's her Twitter account, dude. I'm sorry. You're allowed to say what you want to say to a certain extent. And when people started going after her and actually
that was the trolling, yeah.
No, exactly. And
check out the trolling episode for more.
Right, there you go. Exactly.
But that was some. I'm not. Here's the thing.
That's like bullying, dude.
There are trolls. Yes.
Great comment came in. Sadly, people are offended because society tells them to. People have no thoughts of their own anymore.
Right.
Not all, but most.
Right. No. This outrage is cultivated, and obviously, I make the argument it's mostly by the Democratic Party. But yeah, this kind of division is cultivated because
exactly what K-Beauty just said. If there is no
elected.
color, why is there black this, white that?
Another comment came in just a little while ago. I didn't read it yet, but that goes to your point. There's no white entertainment television, but there sure as heck is a black entertainment television. And somebody can make the argument that for 30, 40, 50 years, NBC, ABC, CBS, the big three, were white entertainment television.
Yeah, they played specifically to white families.
When BET was born, what was the biggest show on the planet for 10 years? Bill Cosby, NBC. The Jeffersons 10 years earlier. Move forward, you got Family Matters.
That's like one out of how many?
There were a lot, though.
You have.
Fox had all. Fox had most of them.
The BET argument is one I actually don't buy, and I'll say exactly why. MTV for years, and David Bowie called them out, did not represent black music.
I'll agree with that.
Absolutely not.
And if they did, it was like this short little clip.
Right.
If you weren't Michael Jackson, and if you weren't Michael Jackson, you weren't getting play. If you weren't multi-gazillion-dollar artist and black, you weren't getting the play.
Right.
Somebody had to the grand, wonderful idea, because trust me, I used to love the show, was Yo MTV Raps. Here's an hour-long just
with
blog.
Fab Five Freddy,
Freddy
from all the movies, the group.
I got
and later on, it was Ed Lover and the fat one, Dr. Dre.
BET came out of a lack of representation on the channel that you would think would be all about the music.
So I got...
BET's a successful company. You're not going to just get rid of it now.
No one's saying to get rid of it.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Big one.
Big one.
Big one. We should just give America to the native people.
No.
Oh, God.
And this goes right back to the original racism, if you really want to break that down.
Right?
I mean, we did essentially come in here, but at the same time, would it be the same? Would it...
This is the way I feel about that. We came over here.
Don't give me this. I wasn't a part of that boat. Don't get me the.
No, we did. Our families,
the colonists came over here,
our forefathers came over.
Yeah, you're saying we is ridiculous, but people before us came here. I'm just,
Right.
I was just born in this world. I didn't make it.
Right.
But here's the thing.
For once, I agree with him and you disagree. This is good.
You didn't.
I was born into it. I didn't make it. I get it. No. That's what I tell people. I'm like, oh, you can't blame me for shit that happened in 1865 with the slaves.
Card. He's doing the Hitler.
Not doing the Hitler card.
He's not doing a Hitler card.
That's a Tupac quote.
That's what I'm saying.
I was born in this world. I didn't make it.
The quote thing with the guy with the Hitler thing when he was quoting the whole fucking Hitler thing.
Well, we'll be
that's
playing
what I'm saying.
We'll be playing
that's what I'm saying. You're pulling this shit. Yeah, that's why I was like, I got you, you motherfucker.
Share this video with your friends, folks. Get them all involved.
Here's the thing. This is how I feel. I'm not condoning what happened. I would have preferred things went differently, but there were multiple tribes traveling across the country, fighting with each other for territory. We were the stronger tribe.
Tina Tatty says, check your stats. Not taking for nations for themselves, or not taking nations from themselves. You should check your history. We are part of the freeze.
Wow.
We were part of the freeze?
Yeah. We are part of the, well, they were part of the freeze first.
You want to talk about some racism? Ange comes in with, in Hawaii, where she lived for a while, mainlanders are looked down upon. Whites are called haoles and not accepted very well. It's kind of funny.
Right.
But then again, isn't Hawaii
all we are
America?
Is money to them. Well, I mean, think of it this way: we're toying with the idea of bringing in Puerto Rico as a 51st state, and
it's been the 51st state. It's just never been.
No.
official.
We can't vote.
No, there's. I was going to say they can't vote.
Right,
Yeah, they can't vote. They don't have rights. They the other thing.
My only
we're pretty
problem
much
with that,
paying for them anyways.
The only problem with that is Puerto Rico is bankrupt. Like they're the only reason Connecticut isn't at the very bottom of the country.
Yeah,
and they need to get themselves out of that serious.
When
debt.
you're getting beat by American Samoa, you got a problem.
Right, exactly.
Seriously, you don't see the Irish getting uppity. Oh shit! Independence from Britain. We just had the holiday. Taxation without representation. Eddie, what is taxation?
Taxation is theft.
Yes,
okay.
it is.
I want to say thank you for saying Britain because all my other fuckhead friends keep saying England.
No, it's Great Britain.
Freedom from taxation.
Whoever said you don't see the Irish, it's Janelle actually. Janelle, you don't see the Irish getting uppity. Walk into an Irish bar on any given fucking day.
They did get uppity.
Yeah.
They had their moment.
They do.
You think?
They do. They get pissed when you make fun of a potato.
They get pissed if you don't drink their fight. Oh,
Oi.
Oh, you whiskey, mate. Oh, there's no Irish whiskey. Ah, fuck you, you dirty bastard.
As a lover of vodka.
I love Seamus.
As a lover of vodka, I give respect to the Irish for their providing the best potatoes to make the best vodka.
All right, how many times in your life did you hear a comedian bust on anybody? Like white people, black people, Puerto Rican people.
Every single one of them.
There's a great Indian comic on Netflix. I'm going to get you guys the name. You'd love him especially. Who basically speaks our language, everything we think, and then he breaks into, here's how I was persecuted
Irish
as a
bar
kid.
is called the pub, by the way, boys.
Oh, pardon me.
He's got a point.
I do not. Look, hey, when somebody proves me wrong,
multiculturalism, man, get with it.
It's the pub. You're right. Periscope guy. What was his name again?
I think that was. I think it was Jacob that said it, but
okay. Well, you're right. It's the pub. My mistake.
I just saw the thing pop up real quick, and I thought it was comical.
All right, that's good. But comedians get away with it and make fucking hand over fist money. But if one of us sat in our living room and said, oh, yeah, fuck the Irish and fuck the blacks and fuck the this and fuck the that, somebody's going to get angry. But if you pay $35 to go see Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby,
That's
when he was funny.
That's the beauty of the internet now, man. Everybody can do it, though. If you want, you can go like right now. You can go on Twitter and you can just sit there and go through 30, 40 racial slurs.
Oh, it's funny. I did a little research. There are easily that I found 40 white supremacist Facebook pages that haven't been shut down, even though it violates their terms of service, that are still out there. And I just did the research because I wanted to find out. Because you brought up white privilege, and I knew it was going to come up. Mm-hmm. How many hate groups are on Facebook? White this, black this, and white.
They're all over the place, man. I mean, I think the only one that I saw that I actually can stand behind is pro-human.
Pro-human is good.
Pro-human,
absolutely.
Like that's it, man. We're all fucking humans. Bottom line.
I wish I could remember her name.
As a Kryptonian, I find that offensive.
Here it comes. As a Kryptonian, assimilate to the American way.
Assimilation. Very good point. You can say anything that you want, but it does come with consequences.
Absolutely, and we've said that a million times.
Yeah.
If you're going to let the word
own up to it,
yeah, exactly.
Own up to it. If you're going to use it, own up to it. Don't be a bitch and back out of it once you start using it.
You and I have gone eye to eye and here you said that? Yeah, let me explain.
Right.
And it got heated, and at the end of it, you're like, all right, I kind of see your point, but I still fucking hate you for that. We'll be better tomorrow. Boom,
right,
done.
Right, exactly.
Own what you say. Own what you do.
Own it like a motherfucker. Right, exactly.
But the problem is a lot of these
not
hate
only that,
groups,
own the repercussions that are going to come from it.
Okay,
that's
and
the biggest
I'm going to make a trigger statement. Don't have the scroll ready. I'm waiting for the Periscopes and the Facebooks to get on my ass. Janelle, you're not getting a safe space ever. The KKK is no different than Black Lives Matter. I said it. Done. I want somebody to challenge me.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But
I would. The Black Lives Matter are, again, we'll go back to self-segregation.
This is why I disagree, because Black Lives Matter isn't a real group. It's a hashtag.
But it's become a group. There are people that collectively get together.
You could put a Black Lives Matter sign on this.
I got a true from here.
Man.
We're not a group, but we promote ourselves as a group.
I got a true and a I agree.
I agree. Well,
yep.
Thank you.
I think they're wrong.
That's fine.
But I don't even consider them a group.
Well, the Black Panthers were no different than the KKK, except the one exception was they were fighting for the equality, but they were doing it the wrong way.
The Black Panthers were very much almost militia.
Yes.
Let's
I just
not,
said that. At the end of the day, they were fighting for the equality, but they did it in the wrong way.
I disagree.
Well, I was going to say, no.
Of course you would.
No,
just give me the bucket of gimmicks.
They felt that they were under attack, and much like other people would do, this is how they went against the attack. I mean, yes, it was violent, it was aggressive, but that's how they did it. That was their thing. They took a fucking panther as their fucking logo for crying out loud. That should tell you something. A panther isn't a kitten. A panther is a fucking animal that will rip your face off.
Huey Newton admitted to killing a cop, and that's bad. Okay,
killing anybody is bad,
right? And
unless they threaten you first.
However, I can't help but have a soft spot for any group that gets their point across by exercising their constitutionally protected rights.
I'm going to read that comment.
I like. Go
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go with that one because I'll follow up with this one too. It kind of works in the same way.
We talked about standing up for yourself, and when you say something, you own it, and you have personal accountability. Ange chimes in, no, I want you to put all your dirty laundry on the table, but keep my table clean, damn it. And that kind of goes to what we're saying.
You can keep your table clean, and it goes with just like we were just talking about over here. It's to own up to something is something entirely in itself.
It takes guts.
Right, exactly. When you say something and you're wrong and you own up to it, it makes you a whole other person. It brings you to a different level.
Changes your worldview.
If you want to be a coward and you want to back down and say, "Oh no, that's not what I said," and you play the duck game, well, then that's when you start losing credibility and things start turning.
Welcome, Craig
different
Ferris. Great to see you as part of our show today. So, where? Fuck! Now I just lost.
Where do we go as people?
No, not quite.
How fucked are we right now?
There you go. There you go.
I don't know, people. How fucked do you think this country is right now? How fucked do you think we are? Do you think we can salvage this? Do you believe? I do too.
We can salvage
and let
it.
me just follow through the questions. Do you believe that this is something that we want to do? Because everybody knows that if you want change, if you're going to do change, you got to want it first. Is this something that the Americans want? Is it something that's being brought into because we're being forced into it?
All right,
I think they want it. I think they want it. They're afraid They're afraid to say what needs to be said and stand up for it. And the perfect example is the people that cower at these charges of white privilege and cultural appropriation or multiculturalism. Like, they back down when challenged on these things. And they need to stop doing that and just, tell the truth.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome, Lady J.
Ew, friends kissing.
Triggered. I'm triggered. This is bullshit.
Better than brother and sister kissing.
Not true.
Not true. Have you ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah, really.
Ew.
And Arkansas.
Hottest ever.
Can I say Arkansas?
No.
To me, change is something in your pocket. If you really want to mold the world, that's what we're talking about. We have to mold the minds. We have to mold the world. We have to create harmony.
I had a really good point on there.
Go ahead.
Tina Tade says, we need patriots.
Absolutely. Eric says Nelson Mandela was in prison for terrorist actions to help bring down the apartheid. I don't know that it was terrorist, but some see him as a terrorist and others see him as the first president of a nation and a savior of the people. When you stand on one point of view without seeing the others, you're in trouble.
But that was
Very
apartheid.
good point. No, it's a very good point. And you can actually, I mean, look at it.
We
talked about it with
apartheid.
Right.
And that's why I have less problems with the Black Panthers, because we had stuff like that.
Yes, exactly.
I like it when the people take
when
action.
we take action against a probable cause.
And that was
against
government.
A good
That was
cause.
government.
Right, exactly.
Laws. There were laws. You show me the laws, I can see the laws.
Right, exactly. And that's what we do need.
You show me these phantom charges of oppression. Fuck you.
So
You gotta
then-
show me something.
So we go back to the point that you were making earlier. Half of these supposed racist things that are going on, are they fabricated? And if they are fabricated, are they doing it to keep us separate?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Divide and conquer.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And there's not a group that divide and conquers better than the fucking Democratic Party.
Absolutely.
They're the party of slavery.
I would say the government in whole, but I'll give you the Democratic Party.
Government is
because
the government is a problem. but-
history bears that you're correct.
Yes.
100%.
If we were all united, we'd all just not vote. Say, no, we're done with you. Get out.
Right.
Accurate enough.
The states have the right
Double
to.
thumbs, lots of hearts.
All right. Beautiful.
It's just how it is. But here's the thing. They need to stop saying the biggest threat to your liberty is this guy. That's what they do.
No.
The biggest threat to your liberty is this guy. The biggest threat to your liberty is me. This is what these politicians say. I'm the biggest threat to liberty.
The biggest threat to your liberty is the federal fucking government.
Any government, they can exploit it.
And an end. They can exploit it, but they could also do their best to crush it. Again, when I first got out of high school, went into the military, and I started to really learn the world, I was a card-carrying member of the Democratic Party. Not proud of it, but
I could smell it on you.
you probably could. And I voted for Bill Clinton twice. He won twice.
I voted for John Kerry.
That's fine. And then I really started to pay attention right through the whole impeachment thing. And I started to see, in my mind, I read a couple books and I was like, wow, the government's not all it's cracked up to be. And the Democratic Party is really not what I want to be aligned with. So I started getting a little more schooled. And then you had Bush versus Gore in 2000. And much like I said about Trump and Hillary, to a lesser extent, it was you're voting for, oh, God. And, oh, God, fuck no. Whereas with Trump and Hillary, it was like, I wouldn't trust either of these two to wash my silverware, let alone run my country.
Still don't.
Right. I still don't. The Trump presidency is now entering its second 100 days. You're losing the people. And some of the things he says are really fucked and pointed, and that's fine. Everybody has a right to their speech, but you're the president of the fucking free world. You need to
He needs to get off Twitter. That's what he needs to do. He just needs to get off Twitter.
But when I learned that the Democratic Party was firmly behind slavery, when I learned that the Democratic Party wants to hold the American person down, Bill Clinton probably was not your standard Democrat. He wanted to bring you up. He really did.
Well,
and
he was
a new age.
I disagree, though.
I don't know. Were you better?
He also put forth some of the most strictest criminal penalties. And,
we've talked about that. Some of those were really fucked. Hi, Debbie Crow. Great to see you on the broadcast.
And a lot of the effects of what he did, we didn't feel much later, like with the housing crisis.
Oh, without question.
Like
and
that.
we've talked about it. But in those 8 years, that was That was the best of times, especially if you're a young American like me, 21 to 29.
You gotta ask yourself, though, were we benefiting from him or were we benefiting from the last of the Reagan era?
Well, we also had...
and I'm not saying Reagan was perfect because otherwise we'd be much better off.
Dickhead Bush #1 kind of sandwiched Reagan from Clinton, so there was that little disconnect where...
He was so wrapped up in the Gulf War, though, he didn't really do much when you break it down.
Well, so was the kid...
Well,
Christ, did you remember somebody found files that Hussein was trying to assassinate Bush 1, and he sends us out on this fucking holy war that we've still not recovered from, that we're still sending boys and girls overseas, and they're still coming back in body bags and buckets.
That was the start of the faux outrage that I bring up, if you think about it. Because
the first Bush or 9/11?
The second Bush there. And his whole... After 9/11,
frat boy cowboy,
because everything became like, he hates brown people. That's why he started the war on terror.
No,
you know? And I don't think that's why he did.
No,
it.
in my mind, and again, you're free to tell me I'm wrong. You are free to tell me that you have information that tells me I'm wrong. In my mind, Junior was finishing Senior's battle.
Probably
100%.
Yeah.
Think about it. November 2000 is the election. He gets inaugurated on January 20th of 2001. 9 months later, the worst terrorist attack on American soil happens. Everybody can agree with that. He does it before anybody takes responsibility. He's pointing a finger at Saddam Hussein in Iraq.
Yes.
Before any information.
I knew we were going to Iraq before 9/11 happened.
Somebody's got to talk. We've lost Loki. So when Loki comes down, he's going to get around.
I'll do it.
All right.
Beer. It's all about beer. Delicious, tasty beer.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we take 2?
We're going to take a break. I got to hit the potty anyway.
All right. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
And we're back.
Welcome back to the We Hate Everybody show. Whether you're black, white, green, purple,
No,
Jew.
we hate individuals.
That's true.
That's the truth.
I can name a few, but we're not going to do it.
That's the problem. There's too many groups, not enough individuals.
Oh, see? Even in this group, we're all 3 individuals.
Yeah, very much so, dude. Very much so. I completely agree.
I don't understand why anybody want to be pigeonholed with any group.
Yeah, let's break it off into that. That's a good fucking call.
That's a great
That's
call.
a problem. It's like, oh, look at those fucking people over there. Oh, I'm standing here.
Oh,
when we were in high school, we used to have these things called cliques. Right. When you get out of high school, the cliques dissipate too.
Sometimes.
They better. All right.
Sometimes.
Otherwise, you don't grow up.
As though the leaders were always the individuals of the group. The rest of them were like yes men.
Followers.
Yeah, absolutely. They were the individuals.
But you get that one individual that's going to lead the group down a very, very dark path.
Right.
Yeah.
You said
the
something about groups, and I remember a trip to New York City. My friend Andy and I took. Andy sometimes pops into the show every now and again, and we went to a comic book convention, and one of the nights there was the Iran Barkley title fight at Madison Square Garden, so I was hyped for that. He's not a boxing fan, I was, but we're walking through Times Square, a wonderful part of the world. If you've never been, please go. And there was a guy with a megaphone doing his bit, like, white people have helped me without all this bullshit, and he's saying what he constitutionally can say. We're just walking the streets, eating a slice of pizza, drinking a Coke, checking out the sights, and 4 black ladies are walking toward us, and they're listening to this speech. The white people this, and fuck this, and kiss my dick, and stick it on your mouth, and suck it. And the largest of the black ladies looked down right at us and fucking white people, and just kept walking. And we're like, all we're doing is eating pizza and drinking our fucking soda. What did we ever do to this woman to incite this hatred?
You were eating pizza and drinking beer?
No, it's because we were white. We didn't do any of the shit this guy was talking about. But we are white people, so therefore we are the devil. And that's what bothers me.
Well, that goes with
about
the whole...
all of
That's
this.
why even at its peak, only 1% of the population owned slaves. But for some reason, we're all horrible.
Exactly.
Right. Well, it goes with the whole thing that every man is a cheater.
Fucking,
It also,
wow.
I got to say this because I worked with a lot of Asian folk, and all of the people I ever worked with and encountered myself
Pen Diddy?
personally were wonderful, great, just wholesome human beings. They were really good people. The Asians hate the blacks.
Yeah.
The Asians hate the Hispanics. If you think white people are racist, spend an hour.
Puerto Ricans hate Mexicans and vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
dude.
learned that right quick.
Oh, he breaks down even worse than that because I work with them. El Salvadorians hate Puerto Ricans, but they love
my
Mexicans.
old boss. My
Brazilians
old boss was Mexican.
hate the Argentinians.
My old boss was Mexican, and she married. They're a beautiful lesbian couple. She's a Mexican and married a
bless
Puerto
them.
Rican, and she told me that. I looked at her. I'm like, I'm
Is that
not
allowed?
trying to stir shit, but how the fuck did that
Yeah, is
happen?
that allowed?
Everyone else in the room is staring at me like I said something horrible, and she starts laughing. And he's like, "No, he's right. That usually does not happen. Like some of my family is not happy. Should some of her family?
absolutely.
I learned that working at a factory when I was talking to my buddy who was Hispanic, and that's where I'll leave it. He was of one of the other, and I made the comment about, oh, you are one of the other, and he goes, hell no, I ain't that one. I'm this one. Like, wow, where did that come from?
And they both hate Dominicans.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole other.
But the
level.
hatred
Yeah.
runs rampant, and I don't want people listening to this or watching
And don't
this
forget,
to
they all
think
pretty much speak Spanish.
it has nothing to do with
Or-
white-
The slang's a little different,
Yeah,
but yeah.
pretty much it's the same language.
Yeah.
I mean,
Will's back.
these guys, it's funny because they sit there and they say that they're speaking their native tongue, but they'll yell and scream at each other in their native tongue, and they're understanding each other. And I'm like,
What's the difference?
Well, I worked with a kid. I worked with a Puerto Rican kid, and he used to get nervous because some of our customers were Mexican, and he used to get nervous talking to him in Spanish because the slang was so different. And then something
you
that's
could say one
not
twist.
offensive in one word
Right.
is
Is it-
offensive to them.
Yes.
So he'd get nervous every time he talked to him. Plus, he said his Spanish wasn't that great either because he was like, I was born in Hartford, man. So it's like,
Oh,
see,
and that goes back to something
What's up,
else.
Duke?
There are a lot of people that people view as foreign that are born here,
yeah.
but they are raised in their ethnic families. Doesn't make you any less American. Just means you're holding true to your roots. You live in America. You're doing the American thing. Doesn't make you any less. And that's what kills. When he says it, and I know I've heard Portuguese not in about 7 or 8 months, but
we've said it more than he has lately.
I know, right?
I was born here. I was raised
appropriated
here.
it.
By the grace of God, I will die here. But you know what? I have Scottish background, Italian background, Polish background. I have a lot of different backgrounds.
He's a fucking mutt.
I am really. But at the end of the day, you know what I tell people? American. I am American.
Well, I was going to say,
I'm born here.
if you got more than 4 nationalities, you're automatically American.
Brooklyn versus Queens is another one.
Understand, that's what American cheese is, all right? It's multiple cheeses put together to make it
Here's something, too, and this is starting to become a problem because colleges are calling this a microaggression. Being this is the United States, being this is the big melting pot, being that people come and go all the time, it is totally appropriate in every circumstance to be able to say, hey, where are you from?
Norwich, motherfucker. Goose Creek, South Carolina.
That's
Indianapolis.
fine. But every now and then you'll have somebody you'd say,
Anywhere-
I'm visiting from Ireland.
anywhere-
I'm visiting from Puerto
Yes.
Rico. I'm visiting from Mexico.
Right.
It's fine.
Right.
Anywhere.
And
ahead.
hit the button.
Okay.
Some of them might have come here illegally.
Right.
You're going to encounter that shit. Get over it.
I can tell people I come from any one of a number of cities that I've ever lived in because maybe I took something from that city. Maybe I have a love for that city. Norwich, Lafayette, Indiana, Goose Creek, South Carolina, Columbus, Georgia. Where you lay your hat is home.
And you
But
wanna
where
talk
you're
about-
from is where your heart lies.
You want to talk about racism? Them Southern people, they don't fuck around. My uncle thought it would be really good to move down to, I think it was North Carolina. Uncle Charlie. You know Uncle Charlie,
Oh,
right?
spick and
yeah, I
span.
met him.
Uncle
Yeah.
Spick and Uncle Span. Well, that's what he called me and Brian, Spick and Span. You know, I told you
We
that.
covered it on the ball. We covered it.
Yes.
We've covered it.
I hated that shit. Hey, look, it show's over. Click.
Might as well hit the
Even
trigger warning
my
now.
mom used to slap the shit out of him for fucking saying that shit to us. But that's what I'm saying. We grew up with it. Man, you think we would walk in, shut up, Uncle Charlie. Well, you want me to beat your ass? No. You know, it's like that was it. That was the end of our racism right there.
Yeah.
You know? But that being said, I mean, going into, where were we going with that before I got interrupted with the whole Uncle Charlie thing?
Where you're from, the
Southern people. He moved down there.
Oh,
So
yeah,
he-
Southern.
So Uncle Charlie goes down to the south, brings his whole family down there, right? And as soon as he gets up, he sets up, he gets a knock on the door. Guess who knocks on the door?
a black guy.
No.
the Klan.
Yes.
Ooh.
They instantly ask him if he's interested. He says, no, I'm not interested. The guy says, you might want to think about moving out. And he walked away. My Uncle Charlie said he packed up everything that night and drove right
What
the fuck
year
home.
was this?
This was, I want to say,
There's still, like, Klan
80s,
country.
90s.
Okay, because the Klan in the late 80s, early 90s were still huge. It's less now, but it's still prominent. And with a group like that, I like to think of them as like four guys in a swamp somewhere in southern Arkansas. We are the
Duck
Klan.
Dynasty.
But the thing is,
Okay.
you don't have to be, like back then you really did have to be kind of vocal about it
Oh, yeah.
or go around about it because that's how you got your members.
Yeah.
Now you get your members
On the internet.
on the internet. You don't have to even go far, man.
It's
You can
very
be like,
much-
look, we're going to meet here. We're going to meet here. Now you don't even know how strong they are.
Right.
You don't know how many's in their group. You don't know how many signed
Here's the
up.
thing, they still have their little areas they're like a street gang.
Oh,
Yes.
They have their little areas that
Henry
they control.
Rollins. Henry Rollins told a story somewhere in the early 2000s, one of his spoken word tours, and I happened to hear it, was the Klan wanted to march, and they have the right to assemble and do their thing, and they called Fuhrer.
And everybody does.
They called Fuhrer Giuliani and said, "We're coming to Manhattan. We're coming 2,000 strong. You can't stop us." And okay, here's the permits and whatnot. They showed up maybe 80 strong. They marched through the streets. We are the Klan. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know if they have a song. It sounds good. And people are throwing batteries out the window.
La 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 la.
Right?
David Duke's Klan.
People are throwing batteries
Sorry.
out the window and just they're trying to say, this bullshit is over. It's not appropriate. So they tried again 2 years later. We're coming to New York. Fuck it, 20 strong. And they came about 20 strong and they marched through the streets with their hatred and bullshit. But you see the numbers dropping. Whereas in the 80s, how many
Right.
times did you see a news report where 1,000 Klan
be a
members
field of 'em.
Oh
A
my God.
field
And you
of 'em,
could just
dude.
feel the hate coming off of them.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know if you've ever listened to black metal, but if you've ever dived into it, I have a few times. I don't listen to it, but you can just feel the hatred coming off.
Oh,
of
like the skinhead ska music and
there you
stuff
go.
like that,
yeah.
I got you, yeah.
Wearing a Boston Red Sox hat backward is racist. That's from Will. He's just, Wearing
Yeah.
a Boston Red Sox hat at all is racist.
I can see that.
Eating a Philly cheesesteak forward is racist.
Ooh. How do you determine which is forward and which is backward?
Exactly.
That's racist.
Exactly.
See, it's all perception. To me, racism is perception. My perception of say, and again, it's the biggest target group in America.
I will say this.
The black community.
He
Go
is
ahead.
absolutely right if this is anything other than the colors of the socks.
Okay.
I will buy into that one.
All right.
If this is
We'll give him a
a
thumbs up.
Red Sox hat and it's backwards and it's purple, then yes, by all means,
Oh,
you're.
fuck the purple wearing pink hat motherfuckers.
Hey, well, that's the people that I'm talking about.
All
man.
right. I
See,
think
here's the thing. Going back on that march real quick.
Sure.
I won't get too far away from that. This is the thing I have with throwing batteries and shit at these groups. Like Antifa pisses me off.
Okay.
You don't have a right to do anything to these people. They have a right
Here's
to
the
do
thing.
what they're
Let
saying.
them speak. My
Right.
thing is put the Grand Wizard in front of me. Film it. I will destroy that man.
Well, not only that.
I will tear his intellect in pieces.
what was the documentary I sent
just
to you?
let them kill themselves with their own ignorance.
Right.
Let them just keep
Hang
talking.
themselves.
Right, exactly. Eventually, they're just going to be like sitting up there and then be like, damn.
Again, mentioning that fucktard Richard Spencer again.
Yep.
They put him on TV with Charles Barkley and some other guy.
Oh, my
I'm
God,
like-
dude.
I'm like, you heard Richard Spencer talk. What are you afraid of? But seriously, I'll say it. Hey, Richard Spencer, if you're listening, come on this show. Let's talk.
Yeah,
Amen.
please call us.
You're gonna get crucified.
Yeah.
Just
I would
put
love it.
me in a room with him. I'll destroy him.
You and Charles Barkley.
Right.
Because Charles Barkley is a racist motherfucker. I don't care what anybody says. He is a racist motherfucker. The comments that he says and the shit that he fucking gets pulled off
He
of.
did an interview right after his retirement where he said, I made all the white man's money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, this guy, he says shit. And
What?
He just turned around.
In a sport dominated by black people.
That was
I
invented by a white guy.
I made that white people money.
Let's take the balance real quick. A sport dominated by black people, invented by a white man in Massachusetts, but I made all the white man's money.
Dude, money. No. Let's. He made all the white man's money. Let's take the top 3 paid NBA
You know what
players
you
right
did,
now.
Charles? You know what you
Stephon
did?
Curry.
You
fucking
grabbed the American dream by the balls.
Exactly. Just
No, he did
own
it.
that.
Fucking owned it.
Will just said it. Wait, we got to go back. Black Panthers are racist. You disagree.
The new ones, yes.
The new ones.
The new ones, yes.
The old ones, I think we all agree was a militia.
The old Black Panther Party, I think, was necessary.
It was a militia.
Given the time period.
It was a militia, straight up, dude.
My argument with that was that their actions were inappropriate.
Dude, everything was inappropriate back then.
I'll buy it.
Which one?
People...
I'll buy it.
The 70s.
Huey Newton killing a cop, inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Showing up at a town hall or a court to be heard, armed,
no.
appropriate.
Sure, absolutely.
Guaranteeing
you do that shit in Texas right now, man.
Guaranteeing that a
fucking
man gets
roll
a
up in
fair
there
trial.
and fucking AK-47s all you want, man.
You know, guaranteeing that a man gets a fair trial, appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Burning public property, bullshit.
Well,
right.
of course, that's rioting.
Yes.
That's a difference.
Baltimore,
now
episode
not,
6. Go back and find
now
it.
you're not. Now you're not. This isn't a freaking standstill. This isn't something that's becoming peaceful. Now you're damaging someone else's property. Now you're damaging something else. When you have to make destructive things to make your point across, it's not a rally anymore. It's a riot.
And we've talked about this before, and I think Ed will agree. I'd rather use my mouth and my mind before I use my fists.
Absolutely.
Or before I use a lighter, or before I use a gun, or before I use violence.
It's funny because we've been tested on this theory a lot lately,
yes,
actually. A lot.
We could be whipping somebody's ass right now, and we're sitting here doing the GOAT podcast.
On the other podcast I listen to, the Jason Stapleton show, he brings up this point all the time. If you're mad at the police, why don't you trash the police department? Don't trash the fucking barber. The barber didn't shoot you.
Let's go back to Baltimore. Do you remember
I'm not advocating for trashing a police department, but
and I'm not saying that.
No, I dare you. Go ahead.
Right.
Go do it, motherfuckers. If you got a problem with the police department, go to the fucking police department and go fucking riot that shit. Go ahead, ballsy motherfuckers. Do it.
Burn your whole neighborhood down?
Do it.
Come on.
You guys remember the only building in Baltimore that wasn't vandalized or burned during the riots?
McDonald's?
No.
The police department?
No.
No, the state.
State Office of
State
Welfare.
office.
State Office of Welfare was untouched.
You gotta get
They
paid.
burned everything around it.
Gotta
And
get paid,
again,
man.
this isn't a black thing, a white thing. Baba Jean, how you doing? This isn't a black thing, a white thing, a racist thing. But if you're gonna burn the neighborhood down like they did in L.A. in '92 with the Rodney King thing, they burned everything in
There's
Baltimore.
a documentary about that on Hulu.
I watched.
Fuck yeah,
I
dude,
watched it on
92
Netflix.
L.A. was
Yeah.
on fire. I remember seeing that as a kid. That shit was on fire, dude. Like all night, all day. Clouds in the sky.
Burned for
Soot.
4 days.
Soot.
Let's
just
bring
fucking
that up.
dropping on
to
people.
bring that up real quick, there's a
Yeah, it's
case.
a good call.
There's a case attached to that often gets forgotten, and the one that really kicked it off was the Korean grocery store owner.
Yes.
That shot Letitia Jones.
Yes, I think that
In
was
the back?
Letitia something, but it was
right, and got away with that. Was really
That was
the
Al
catalyst.
Sharpton, and that really began.
Well, I was
you're
gonna
right.
say-
because
that ball got rolling.
The Koreans, a lot of people forget, were in gun battles with the populace, and the police couldn't do anything.
Or
Because
in some cases didn't do
because
anything.
it took them 4 days to get the National Guard in there,
And that were the only
because they
people that
said
could
we're
deal
having
with it.
trouble getting ammo.
Right.
Like, fucking, they got tanks. Like,
Yeah, well, these motherfuckers are coming in with fucking SMGs and fucking AK-47s and shit, man. These guys were like fucking. They were armed fucking thugs, dude. They were straight up armed fucking thugs.
It was the Gestapo of a modern day.
Now, I'll be the first one to say I think the Rodney King verdict was wrong,
Correct.
but burning down the whole city did not accomplish anything.
We said that during the Baltimore thing. You don't kill your neighborhood.
Yeah, you don't
Because
destroy.
you're
You don't destroy.
angry.
You don't destroy your village. All you do when you destroy your village is you make yourself work harder, and everybody falls back 3 steps.
This is something that I said back in '92 when the LA riots are going on. They attacked the wrong area. They're breaking local businesses, windows, and burning it, and taking TVs and cars and all this bullshit. I'm like, don't attack your neighborhood. Go up the road 75 miles, go to Beverly Hills, and break that shit. Seriously, if you're angry because a bunch of white cops beat this guy and they got off, don't kill your neighborhood.
And they lost in the federal
Kill
trial,
theirs.
too. A lot of people forget
Right.
that. They
They
lost
do.
in the federal
Quick
trial.
comment: Why do we need magazines with 33 rounds?
Why?
Why?
Why not?
For military, I'll buy it. For hunting, no. You need.
Well, for hunting, no. For protecting your house, I could buy that one.
I might.
If there's a potential-
Wait. I got to stop you. for protecting your house, I'm going to go to the old military route. 1 shot, 1 kill, no luck, all skill.
All right, let's say in 6 months they fucking affirmate the purge law. 33 rounds.
33 rounds is
sounds
just
pretty
about
fucking
enough.
good, doesn't it? Yeah.
All right.
I have a better answer to that 33 round thing. The government is not supposed to have power that I myself do not possess.
I got
Now they're saying 33 rounds to fend off rioters.
to fend off rioters.
33 rounds to fend off the government.
Are they destroying public and private property? And if so, yes, then I agree with that question.
Let's
I got
say
the question when you're done. Go ahead.
Let's say Donald Trump is insane. Let's say he is Hitler.
Oh God. Here we
Okay.
go.
All right.
And he decides to, he tells the military, seize everybody's weapons. So the Army, the Marines, they're all coming at me. And Malloy took away my 30-round magazine.
Do you still have a 20-round magazine?
I have a 20-round magazine, but a 30 would sure come in handy.
Sure would.
I could take out a lot of fucking Marines before they got to me.
Great question from the gallery. Do you think racism, well, whether real or fake, is as bad in other countries as it is here in America?
Oh, God, yes.
Since there's countries that still have slaves, yes.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
I was going to say, yeah.
Slavery is still a big thing in fucking
Since there's
Afghanistan.
a whole-
You got to also...
There's
Iran,
a whole religion.
Iraq.
There's
You
a
gotta
whole religion
also understand. You also
that wants
have
to
to
wipe
understand.
out the Jews, so yes.
Right. I was going to say...
Israel. Fuck. Where else can I go? Egypt.
You got people that are murdering each other just because of the skin color. Murdering.
Syria.
Not calling them the N-word. No. They are
No.
physically slitting their throats and killing them because they have a different skin color. So would I like to say that it's a little harsher here? No. I think it's
No,
pretty
it's harsher elsewhere where they don't have. And look,
it's pretty fucking chill
we
here.
have-
We're just a bunch of fucking assholes that think every single one of us have a fucking opinion, and every single person has to have a title. Whether we want to give you that fucking title or whether you earn it,
we have come a
you're getting
long
it.
way. We have come a long way as a country, as a society, and I think we're slipping. But you're right. I honestly think that in Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Syria, a lot of these countries, racism is more prevalent. Who's the journalist that got kidnapped and beheaded? Pearl. What's his first name?
Oh, I forget his name.
Peanut
Was it
Gallery.
Robert?
Help us.
Was it Robert?
No. Started with a D.
Daniel Pearl?
Daniel Pearl. Thank
Daniel.
you. All because he was a white guy trying to report on what's going on there. They get him. They cut his head off. He's an American, exactly.
But that's also you. Could
I think
also,
at the beginning it's because he's white, and then you find out he's American. Oh Jesus, bonus!
I think that had more to do with the fact he wasn't Muslim.
right.
Fair enough, but that goes. Thank you, Matt. Daniel, Matt was on it right there. Thank you, Matt. Always a fucking good friend. I think racism is more prevalent elsewhere than it is here, but we're starting to regress. And especially because
And like we
we're
made the
fed.
point earlier, there's a reason why we're regressing.
We talk about the wussification of America a lot, and we're teaching kids, yes, it's good to be tolerant of all these people, but at the end of the day, when you say something, you're 100% right and whatever, bullshit. If you're not learning, you're not growing.
That's
Well, there's
exactly
certain
it.
groups of people that are actually being taught in schools by the people they're supposed to look up to that you are not going to go anywhere because of this man.
Right. He's
You
going
know?
to hold me back.
No, the guy next to you...
Three guys are in a room. One has $5, the other have $2 each. Instead of like the two guys just didn't earn $5, the guy with $5 must have somehow taken money from the other two.
Or he worked his ass
That's
off
what
for
they're
it.
taught.
Yes,
no,
it
that's
is.
what they're taught.
Right.
You know?
Well, they did the same thing. They did. It was a scientific experiment. They had 5 monkeys. Okay. They threw them inside this cage and they put a ladder with bananas on the top. Right. Well, as soon as they put them in there,
Harambe didn't get them.
bananas.
No.
First monkey goes up there and goes, "Bananas! I'm taking a fucking banana." Well, they started electrocuting the freaking ladder every single time one of the monkeys would go up there. Well, those monkeys started realizing, okay, those aren't free bananas. If we go up there, we get zapped.
We got to find a new way.
They started taking, the monkeys just left them alone. So then they started taking monkeys out and throwing new monkeys in. Well, guess what the new monkey would do? Go right up for the fucking bananas. And they wouldn't have to shock it. Do you know why? Because the other monkeys would attack it before it would even get to the fucking ladder.
Helping people, saving your fellow monkey from going up that. You're
No,
going to get hurt.
it didn't want you. Yeah, exactly. It was trying to tell it, don't go that way, don't go that way. But it would physically fucking attack it. So then it got to the point where every single monkey was replaced. None of them knew why that thing shocked them, but they just passed the information on. They just knew. It was just passed on.
People helping people. Monkeys helping monkeys.
It was a
conditioning.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a conditioning of victimhood is what it is.
And that's exactly what we're doing to the American people right now. We're conditioning victimhood.
And I actually think that our president is promulgating this 100%.
I think the last three.
Everybody's got to have the same.
Oh, I don't disagree with you.
The last three presidents have been the worst.
Obama, I think he was just so smooth.
No, he here's the thing. I don't think people really understand except how divisive he was.
He was. We've talked about it. We know it. I voted for him the first time. I freely admitted it. I believed in the change. And
I can understand why someone would vote for it.
I saw the change is bullshit when I saw how he was running the country. Now let's go back to the fucking frat boy cowboy, Bush number 2. Just a piece of garbage. Racist, elitist, America or bust motherfucker. Great word. America or bust motherfucker.
See, for years, the problem is with the Republicans has always been like, this boogeyman is the problem, this, that, and the other thing. Democrats have always been like, your problem is Republicans.
Right.
And after a while, people believe that shit.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right.
You know?
The last great president besides Bill Clinton was John Kennedy. That's it. Everybody else was a racist piece of shit, and I could find proof for all of them.
I liked the idea of Kennedy too. I really did.
He was not a normal Democrat either. So
exactly, and that goes back to the conversation we had earlier.
Democrat that actually believed in liberty.
Right, and that goes back to what we were talking about earlier when Mike wasn't in the room. How much different would life have been? Like we said about Martin Luther King Jr. if Kennedy.
Well, I bring up the point that one of our listeners brought up earlier. Let the native people have their lands back. How much different would this world be now if it was in charge of them?
Would you have the Wi-Fi to watch us right now?
Nah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Signal.
Please don't. Oh, God, trigger.
No, I'm just saying, this is the truth. I'm not saying
it is
the truth. The native reservations are some of the poorest communities in the country.
Yes.
Some of them, yeah.
The only ones that aren't. The only ones that weren't that embrace the capitalism.
Right. Exactly.
You know, here's that A word, they kind of assimilated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You have to.
If you want to make money, if you want to grow, yes.
Like I said, I'll say it again. I wish things had gone differently. But we were just another warring tribe in that whole mix.
Yes, exactly.
And
and every single one of us didn't have a decision with that.
Exactly.
Andrew Jackson was a motherfucker.
There's not one of us. There's not one of us at this table watching this show or listening to it on audio only starting Wednesday. There's not one of us listening or any of this that had anything to do with slavery, wars, anything. We're just victims of circumstance. All of us. White, black, green, purple, Jews. We are victims of circumstance. I didn't own a black person in my life. About to be 45 years old. I've never owned a human being in my life. I've never dogged somebody because of their race, creed, color, or religion. I have never. So don't point your finger at me because I'm white. Am I proud? Could I have a white pride parade? No, because it would be deemed as offensive. I'm not allowed. You want to talk about privilege? I'm not allowed to be proud of who I am. He's not allowed to be proud of who he is.
I'm pretty proud of him.
He's not allowed to be proud of who he is. We could not have a parade that said, we're white and we're proud because it'd be viewed as racist. But every June, we have a parade. And when, look, I'm going to draw lines. I have to. The gay community wants to have a parade. I fully support you. Go. It's your individual liberty. The Puerto Ricans want to have a parade? Go. It's your individual liberty. But do not step on me, him, or anybody else and say, well, if you're proud of who you are, you're racist. That's all I got. Might as well hit the trigger warning now. We're serving white cake tonight.
No, I don't care.
White cake.
I actually don't like
Leo DiCaprio and Django.
White
go watch the movie.
Cake.
It's a fucking great movie.
Sir.
I actually prefer yellow cake.
Do you?
Yeah.
So does he. He doesn't like chocolate cake, and he's a racist.
I like chocolate cake.
Well, he can't have chocolate cake.
No, I don't like chocolate cake.
You don't like chocolate cake?
Cake.
He likes white cake.
Sir.
Go watch Django. There's an uplifting movie, and I got to say it. You want to see A great movie that
was good.
uplift.
That was good. That was
God,
good.
you are
And
rooting
that
for
scene-
Jamie Foxx throughout the whole thing.
That scene when Leonardo DiCaprio smashes his hand on the ground and there's blood on his hand, that is real. He literally
Improvised, just kept going.
That was badass. I can't. When his career first started off, I wasn't a big Leo fan, but man, throughout the
You didn't like Critters 4?
he keeps coming up.
I loved the first one, and I think I might have watched the second one. That was with the.
You didn't like the fourth season Growing Pains?
We have our first. We have a great comment here. Hi, Stacey. How are you? Jenny Perez says, everybody has prejudices, colors, creed, or nationality.
Yes.
How we approach each other is the difference. I'm a proud Puerto Rican that lives in the mainland, and amen. Have you ever, anyone at this table, thought of you as less? No, absolutely not, because you're a freaking cool person, and that's what we said way early on in the broadcast is that.
Oh, I tell people all the time.
Content of
Look,
character.
come on down to Tokyo Sushi one time and sit at our table.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome to sit at our table, and you will meet Jenny, and you will meet Lee, and you will meet all of our
you'll
friends.
meet Dino.
Yeah, you'll see
meet Brodus Clay.
Right, you'll see a huge group of nationalities just hanging out and chilling together, and
And
that's
it's a love fest, man. We all think the world of each other.
exactly, and that's how it should be. It shouldn't matter about the color of your skin. It shouldn't matter of how it goes. I mean, this is
Content of character.
You know what's funny is it used to be. I used to say this was cliche to say this stuff. You know, your skin color doesn't matter and this stuff. But now I think we really need to start spreading this shit again because people are fucking losing their minds over it, man. They're absolutely losing their fucking minds.
And guys, share this video. If people are non-believers, listen. We're shooting from the hip and we're honest. There's nothing here that is fake, pretentious, any of that other bullshit. We don't talk in circles. We don't make you feel bad about yourselves. What we're doing is trying to help ourselves and help you at the same time. This racism thing is bullshit.
And drink craft beer.
Right, or non-craft beer. The racism thing is 100% bullshit. Or Zima, as it were.
I think every person out there is at that point, but unfortunately, there's so many people that just have their noses in the notebook, and then so many people have their noses in the laptop that they're just
We just
fed.
got a comment that said fake news. Can we make that phone call right now?
What's that?
Will commented that. Oh, fake news and fake nudes. Can we get our friend on the
fake
line
nudes.
to talk about racism real quick?
I don't know, man. He's kind of...
Yeah,
If I have to text him myself, I will.
I'll see if he's available.
All right, please do, because there's the guy. There's the guy we need to talk to.
for fake news.
For not for fake news, but for racism. I don't know how it is in his part of the country, but let's find out.
Well, I'll tell you.
Jenny said it best. Let me go back to that. We're an array of loving people. Absolutely. Ange says, don't be inviting people to the VIP table. Well, that's kind of racist.
I think my girlfriend might be a racist.
Janelle and I are snooty bitches. Well, I'm just
Snarky. You bitches are snarky.
Snarky, that's the word. All right, Ed's got... Uh-oh. I think we got him. Is he here?
Oh, goddamn, what do you fucking want?
Hey, Cletus, what's going on, bro?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, I figured you'd say that. Hey, listen, we're talking about racism right now. What do you have to say about it?
Racism?
Racism.
What about it?
Do you hate black people?
No, I don't. As long as they don't come in my house.
Oh, Jesus. What about Puerto Rican people?
What the hell is that?
They're a United States territory just south of Texas in the ocean just a little bit. It's a private island, basically.
Well, if it's part of Texas.
No, it's not part of Texas.
You just said it was the south of Texas.
It's south of Texas. South Texas is San Antonio.
That's a Tex-Mex.
Right. San Antonio is South Texas. This is south of Texas.
I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Of course I don't. Fuck. Do you have
wanted him.
Listen,
I know I wanted him.
with the exception of them there Muslims and them there Irish, I don't have a problem with any nationality.
You hate the Muslims and the Irish.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because
That's a great answer.
They cause all kinds of terrorism.
Wait. The Irish?
Yeah. Didn't you see the news? Oh, of course not. You just watch fake news.
Okay, we're watching the fake news. Go ahead.
If you were in tune with the truth, you would know that the Irish are one of the biggest terrorist organizations in the known world, with no respect for the authority.
Are you talking about the IRA? I thought they were disbanded.
Oh, that's what they want you to think. But I've seen them with them their prayer rugs, praying 5 times to the great God Potato.
Oh, God. Okay. So
I told you about that.
And they won't stop till every meal is corned beef.
All right. If you had a daughter.
I don't mind corned beef.
I don't mind corned beef. Corned beef is fantastic.
That's because you're fake news.
Of course, we're
Corned
fake
beef's
news.
good, though.
Corned beef is good with cabbage.
Yes. And
Or
potatoes.
without.
With potatoes and carrots.
Well,
too.
you call yourselves American. You claim to have served this fine country, and you are just letting all of its culture seep out the window for some corned beef?
No, I also eat
No,
hamburgers,
I like
too.
hamburgers.
You are the reason.
Cheeseburger, baby.
You are the reason why the great
Cheeseburger.
Gestapo Donald Trump is in office, and he's going to fix everything.
Okay.
We're going to get ourselves a wall all along the border of that damn there California way.
How's that wall going right now?
Is that being built yet?
How's that? Is that starting to be built?
I have personally been beginning construction of the firewall that will be along the border of California.
Oh, so
What about
are you
New
starting with
Mexico,
stones?
Arizona? There's a lot of other places, bro. Texas.
What? What do we need a wall in Texas for?
Because Mexico runs from the border of California to Texas, you illiterate fuck.
Why do we? What,
Well,
what do we need a border wall?
That'd be a geographical fuck.
What do we need
Oh,
a border
yeah.
wall along Mexico
Sorry.
for? That's like the best food.
All right.
I'm talking a border
he
wall.
stands corrected. You're a
separating-
geographical fuck.
Listen, Loki, shut your fake news ass up. Ain't nobody interested in what you got to say.
So suddenly this is the
I am
Ciccone show.
talking about a wall separating these United States with them foreigners, them there in California way.
Okay.
Cletus, did you have the dog lick the peanut butter off your penis?
Next question.
Cletus, if you had a daughter, would you let her date a Mexican?
My daughter is Mexican.
You just told us 3 weeks ago that you were unmarried, single, and had no children. Now all of a sudden your daughter's Mexican.
Yes, I had just received a letter from the Department of Social Services saying I do owe $1,432.26 in back support for a child that I have apparently conceived with a Mexican female.
Okay, so you're not opposed to
So you're mailing your spunk through the mail.
you're not opposed
How
to
the
interracial.
fuck does someone mail their spunk through the mail?
Because I can't see you conceiving with anything to be honest.
Seriously.
I'll have you know where I'm from. I am quite the ladies' man.
Wow.
And I am an equal opportunity lover, if you get my drift.
I get your drift.
Except for them, they're fucking Irish.
And them sheep. And
If
them
she's
cow,
got red hair, she can go fuck herself.
Wow.
and them dogs.
You see, Cletus, I'm just going to call a little bullshit right here, and let me throw it out here. You and your Donald Trump loving life and your fake news and your PBR and living with your mama at 55 years old, and now you have a Mexican daughter, which 3 weeks ago you told us you didn't have any kids. I'm starting to think...
3 weeks ago, I didn't.
I'm starting to think that Cletus is the fake news.
I'll have you know, sir, I do not represent any news organization. I merely follow the truth.
Okay, fair enough. And I don't even want to ask the question. I'm not even going to bother. Hey, Cletus, tell your mama I said hi, and you might be my son. I'm just throwing that out there.
How old's your daughter?
I don't know. They haven't given me any information. I just received the letter from the office, and it was signed by a Nigerian prince.
Okay, well, it's got to
And
be legit.
I have sent my entire life savings because, unlike you, pathetic parental fake news whatevers, I take care of my responsibilities and I take care of my children.
Okay, well, when you meet your child, and we'd love to invite you here to Valhalla for a pool party, you and the child, and if you can drum up the missus, bring her along too.
I would rather swim in a sea of rusty tacks than be caught dead hanging out with you two Irish sympathizing fake news Muslims.
How the fuck are we Irish sympathetic Muslims?
I'm a Muslim now.
We're going to get... Oh, Jesus.
I thought I was Portuguese, but I guess I'm a Muslim.
Oh, what do you think about the Portuguese, Cletus?
Everybody knows that ain't real.
What's not real?
Them Portuguese. That's just a story that
fake.
the CIA concocted.
Oh,
That's
here we
fake.
go again.
Portuguese are fake news.
All right, Cletus, thank you for joining us and proving everything we ever say right.
Leave me alone, you fake news fucktards,
Oh, Christ.
and enjoy your Hillary Clinton way of life.
Hey, quick, before you go, what do you think of Tito Santana?
Tito Santana.
Yeah, the wrestler. You're a big wrestling fan. You always said Hulk Hogan's the greatest of all time. You had to have seen Tito Santana at one point.
No, all I do is watch the same VHS tape of Hulk Hogan's greatest hits over and over again once a day for inspiration.
So leg drop, clothesline, leg drop, clothesline,
Over.
leg drop, clothesline, clothesline, leg drop.
You are the most disrespectful piece of shit I've ever met in my life, Loki. And I'm going to come down there and I'm going to rip your fucking eyes out and I'm going to stick my dick in your eye socket and I'm going to release the beast right into your brain.
Whoa!
So
I've had a lot of tough guys on the phone this week. I'll tell you.
Cletus being one of them, I think we lost the connection. Ed, where are we at? Did we lose Cletus?
oh, God, I shut that down real quick. I was getting out of hand.
Fuck.
Tough guys on the phone this week, baby.
Tough guys on the phone. Racist piece of shit. My way or the highway, guys. Wow, we're just running the
I've never
gamut.
met anyone that hated the Irish so much.
Neither have I. But
Wow.
Cletus sure does. What the actual fuck?
Well, I guess you don't like potatoes.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, I guess it's about time when we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that top 10 list that you got going on
I
here.
got a
Closing
fantastic-
thoughts. Closing thoughts. Go around.
Start with Ed. I'll go to the bathroom. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I can hear you. That's the beautiful thing.
I'm going to share this rousing speech.
Yes.
Oh, good call.
I'm going to share this rousing speech that I discovered to show you the type of people that think everybody's racist, everybody's fascist, everybody's Hitler. These are the type of people that are pointing the finger at everybody else.
July 15th, see you then. We'll see you before then. Join us because, and let's say this together. No! No! In the name of humanity. In the name of humanity. We refuse to accept a fascist America. And we're going to make that real. And the people united will never be defeated. 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 The people united will never be defeated.
Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary members of our congregation today, I would like to thank everybody for coming out. I stand here today, a veteran of these United States Armed Forces and a proud 21st century patriot. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about this oppressive regime and the repressive regime that constitutes capitalism as a whole. We are socialists. We are enemies of the capitalistic economic system for the exploitation of the economically weak. With its unfair salaries, with its unseemly evaluation of a human being according to wealth and property instead of responsibility and performance. And we are all determined to destroy this system under all conditions. Benefit to the community precedes benefit to the individual. This state should retain supervision, and each property owner should consider himself appointed by the state. It is his duty not to use his property against the interests of others among his own people. This is the crucial matter. This American nation will always retain its right to control the owners of property. A policy of laissez-faire in this sphere is not only cruelty to the individual guiltless victims, but also to the nation as a whole. For there is one thing we must never forget. The majority can never replace the man. Life is like a mirror. If you frown at it, it frowns back. If you smile, it returns the greeting. Donald Trump seems to think that if you tell a big enough lie and tell it frequently enough, that it will be believed. It's not the truth that matters, but victory. The doom of a nation can be averted only by a storm of flowing passion. But only those who are passionate themselves can arouse passion in others. Thank you. Sorry, I'm not a big
One is the environment. So many terrible decisions that will hurt us all. Never mind what's good for the
So everyone just applauded Adolf Hitler.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, sign my shit, you ignorant mother. I'll sign your shit, you
And
ignorant
that's a
motherfucker.
very good point to bring up because it's just like we said earlier with this Black Lives Matter thing. You have 2-3 charismatic people that are just controlling just masses. Masses.
And
of
I don't
people.
think, and we talked about it when the mics were off, people compare Trump to Hitler, but Hitler had a charisma that could draw people in. And
was intelligent.
I used the John
He was
Cena
intelligent.
reference.
I will say Donald Trump has a certain charisma that draws people in, and sometimes he can say the right things, but I do not think he has the planning,
He says-
the desire,
Hitler
or the
got the
ability.
masses.
I was gonna say, he says more of the wrong things.
Right. Hitler got the masses. Trump is getting the fringe,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Okay.
You know what I need for the top 10 though? I need a Zima.
I'm going to get you a Zima because you've earned it, and my top 10 is pretty fucking pointed toward me, but that's okay.
Wow.
I sent you guys one. Did you watch it? Elvis and Van Halen?
Yes.
I did watch some of
That
that.
was
awesome.
fucking cool. That was cool.
Yeah. And we're back, folks. We're talking mashups.
Yes, we are. The final countdown this week is, once again, back in our face. I'm going to give them credit. Let's give some love.
Is brought to you by Viking Entertainment. We're going to be free recently.
You're going to be free in September, October.
No, seriously, guys, look up Viking Entertainment if you guys want anything for a massive party. Go ahead and check us out on Facebook. Go ahead and like those little comments that down there. We've had all kinds of people from Michelle Algier recently who just left us something to I think you and Angela, a couple of our first ones that left it on there. There are plenty of reviews for checked out, plenty of videos to check out. We have some of the best prices that you will ever find out. Please check us out, Viking Entertainment, right there on Facebook, and we will be having that website soon as
Exactly.
Website.
She got to stop. Yeah,
Website. Am I about to get busy?
No.
No.
No. I just got this one up there. She got to stop.
What did I do?
No, this one up there.
Oh, that one up there. Anyway, I want to bring up real quick, they were a sponsor for a long time. I love mentioning them because the more I go in, the more discounts I get. I do want to mention Sublime Ink in Groton, Connecticut. Please go see them. If you're in the mood for a sick tattoo or a great piercing, go down and see my man Falcon Dave. Just talked to him the other day, getting my next ink in line. Go down and see Dana Batts, Justin Furr, or if you're in the mood for a great fucking sick ass. Have you seen some of his work lately?
Yeah.
Oh my God, cripes, this guy is going to town. You go see.
Dave the Nightmare Cougar.
Tell him Logan Jabroni sent you. Kovac will give you the butt rub.
And folks, he's not racist.
No, he's not.
No.
He hates everybody equally.
Individually.
Come on, we're trying to kill that, man.
All right.
We really are.
This week is the top 10 things that are the best about being on vacation while you motherfuckers are going to work. I haven't had a week's vacation in 8 years. I'm kind of enjoying this. It's only day 2, but let's be honest.
I've been doing it every year.
I know. Every year you take a week off.
Right
and,
on my birthday, baby. I love
and
it.
it's the most amazing week. It starts with Loki and Jabroni. It goes to the party, and there's like fallout after, and I got to come here, and you're hungover, and it's
Yep.
all beautiful.
It's great.
Honorable mention goes to, I ain't got to do shit, motherfucker. That's it. Number 10, no need to put on pants unless I leave the house. And since I'm in Mike's house and I'm kind of not
He's
a
already
guest
not wearing
anymore,
pants.
not wearing any pants. Number 9, beer is considered a meal.
It is. Especially if you're drinking mass quantities of it.
Exactly.
Now you have a buffet.
Oh, beautiful. If you have different kinds.
How is this different than any other day?
Why don't you shut up? Why don't you stop triggering me? Number 8, NASCAR Live at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, baby. I'll be there this coming weekend. The Eternal Flame will be with me. If any of you guys are going to be there, shoot me a message. I'd love to meet up with you. We'll share a beer. Number 7, family time is fun time. We've been hanging out with the kids a lot. It's kind of fucking awesome. Number 6, no need to put pants on unless I'm leaving the house. There seems to be a theme here. Number 5, I'm finishing projects around the house that I actually need to finish so Ange won't bitch at me for another 6 months.
Okay.
If I tell you I'm going to do
That's
something...
what they want you to think, dude. She's going to find all new things to bitch about.
Trust me, I got a honey-do list. And you know what? She's right. I say I'm going to do it, but let's be honest here. I know she said exactly, Ed. You know what? You're fired. You give me this honey-do list, and then I get a day off, and it's like, let's go here, let's go there, let's do this, let's do that. And the honey-do list just continues to fall to the wayside. Number 4, road trip with the Eternal Flame. Love taking road trips with the missus. She is awesome. Number 3, I get paid for every move I make. Watch this. I'm about to get paid. I got paid to drink that beer.
Well, technically, you get paid 8 hours a day.
And if you break it down, I get paid every second of every day. And that sip got me 8 cents.
Oh, yeah, you could do. Yeah, I guess you could do it that way too.
I did the math. 8 cents for that sip of beer. Watch, I'm going to make another 8 cents. Number 2.
He's reaching.
Yeah. Number 2, no need to put pants on unless I'm leaving the house. Seriously.
All right, time out.
What?
Time out.
Go ahead.
If this top 10 ends with you doing a helicopter dick, I fucking quit.
You've heard about the helicopter.
I fucking quit.
I guarantee you.
You're leading up to it.
I guarantee you, on my daughter's eyesight, that it will not lead to helicopter dick.
Yeah,
Your future wife, Mrs. Eddie Focus.
Good, because she'd probably go blind.
I was going to say it would be her eyesight.
The number 1 best thing about being on vacation this week is I get to begin and end my vacation by recording the GOAT podcast, the Loki and Jabroni Show. Boom,
Yeah, baby.
boom. We're the cookie. Everything else in the middle is the filling in the Oreo. This is what we do.
That and you got to go bowling one time. I already said that.
We already talked about going bowling.
We got to go bowling.
Whether it's on vacation or otherwise, we're going to get the crew together. We're going to go bowling.
We got to be a whole bunch of white people and just go do some stupid ass bowling.
Beer.
That's what crackers do.
That's what crackers do. We drink a lot of beer.
Honky's bowl, motherfucker.
We take colored balls and we knock down white pins.
Oh Christ! See,
What?
I didn't think you could make bowling racist.
What?
I'm going to take a moment.
I actually don't care. Sure. It's a game.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a moment to dig out the bumper, and Ed's going to fix it up.
Oh, my
but
God.
You guys, we talked about it before, and let's give a big shout-out once again to Connor Promotions, Can-Am All-Star Sports, and to the legend himself, Mr. Tito Santana. What a great fucking guy that guy was.
Yeah, he was. Great interviews. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, man, please go ahead and check him out. We got a couple of, like I said, back-to-back part 1, part 2 interviews with me actually taking care of. Jabroni's on the other end, actually doing the video himself. So check that out. I have no idea what he is fiddling with over there, but we're about to find out.
Well, we talked about racism. Sorry about the connection again. Tito recorded a great bumper for us, and he recorded a great not an interview, but what are you doing?
I'm fucking hurt.
He recorded
You gave me vertigo.
He recorded a great video for my friend.
Triggered.
And I'm sending these both to Ed, and he's going to match them together to make a proper bumper for us. So let me play this for you real quick. Let me turn this just a little higher. And here we go. Whoa. No, here we don't go because I turned it down because Ed will yell at me. So.
Santana, you're listening to the Logie and Jabroni Show. Arriba!
What a great dude that guy was. Oh, hey, he keeps going. He just wants to talk all the time. But your thoughts real quick. I know we talked about it earlier, but let's just, we got to pump this guy. Tito Santana.
Oh, he was awesome. Like I said, just being able to talk to him and bringing him back, like I said, you know,
there we go again.
it's a different generation. You know, these guys train differently. They put their bodies through so much more hell. I mean, nowadays it's like the healing process is faster. The medicine is fast. You know what I'm saying? There's so much more things that the modern day wrestlers went through that these old school wrestlers really put their bodies through hell. And to see him and just see him the way he was, it was really, really impressive. That's for me. That was my biggest thing. Like I sat next to Bob Backlund. I saw the beast, Tony Atlas. I mean, he is still a fucking monster. His arms are like the size of my stomach, for crying out loud.
big hands too.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's just a monster. Just a monster. But just sitting next to Tito, it's just like you could tell, like, you know, he still kept that form. He's still in tip top shape for his age. I mean, he's just it's impressive.
And
it's impressive.
How could you not look at that elbow?
Oh, I did.
And it's like
Yeah.
that's the elbow that smashed many a superstar.
Yeah,
Oh, I
absolutely.
did. And we spoke to him about, if you guys go on the Facebook page and check out the 2-part when the Wi-Fi went down. He doesn't take a dump on any of his compatriots, whether he liked them, didn't like them.
Right.
That respect, and we can't push that word enough. Respect. That goes back to the racism thing. Respect. My final thought on that is tolerance and intelligence. If you're tolerant and you're intelligent, racism doesn't exist.
I've said it before, man. Ignorance bleeds fucking hatred. Hatred breeds fucking racism. It's
Absolutely.
that simple.
Eric, we did see Glow. We're going to talk about it another time. I talked about it way in the beginning when you missed it. So
As soon as I'm done with that, we might be due for another Netflix review
we could do it.
episode. We haven't
We can
done
do it,
that.
'cause
Maybe we can get
You
Loki
need to get
this
on the
time.
horse, man.
Get Loki on the Hangouts, and we'll do that.
I've been watching different things. I got the Godzilla thing and the Castlevania thing I'm watching.
Are we Patreoning tonight?
On Glow, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I might.
Are we Patreoning tonight? Do we need to tell these people to go to Patreon? Or are we
We'll
just
probably got some time for one.
Yeah, we got some.
we're doing really economical?
Chad Face was awesome. If you guys haven't,
Chad Face.
he's gonna put that on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna mass produce the Chad face.
I think that's gonna be a.
we got
huge
Jabroni
video.
to Chad face, and that's worth gold.
That
Because
was-
Jabroni doesn't Chad face
No.
for anybody.
No.
No, he doesn't. But guys, if you want to see the after hours, you got to go to www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Donate to the show. $1 a week, $5 a week, $10 a month, whatever. See the after hours. See what we don't talk about when you're live here on Facebook.
Horseship glasses will be.
Yes, we're getting the rewards out.
Yes,
soon.
they will be out. Like I said, I already have Norwich Tech involved. They are going to be giving me the stickers, and then we will painfully be taking these decals and putting them on the glasses ourselves.
Amen.
And then shipping them.
As a matter of fact, we might have to do a Patreon show of us doing that. That would be fucking awesome, I think. If we're actually taking these logos and fucking throwing them on.
While we're recording?
While we're
Absolutely.
recording and actually making your guys' glasses.
All right, give us a few minutes. We'll be on Patreon. If you want to see what happens after hours, www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Donate to the show. We put it all into the show. None of it goes to beer budget. None of it goes to clothing. None of it
Donate-
goes to Ed Zima. None of
Donate to the show to hear some real shit.
That's right.
All right, because Loki's going to go off.
it. Ooh, I'm
Donate-
looking forward to this.
$1 gets you the extra content.
That's it.
$1 an
Donate to the
episode.
show. Loki's going off tonight.
What's Chad Face? Ange wants to know. Find out.
She can go on the Patreon.
That's right.
She is a patron.
She is a patron. Later, guys. We love you.